All right. Hi, guys. So, who wants to do a recap of what happened last session?
I guess I can do one. I remember it somewhat. Let's see what happened. We got to the city. I forgot the name of the city too. And then we were bordered by the toad frog people. They were like way above us in strength. We couldn't really do anything to them. I remember that specifically. I also remember Iron Star eating something that they gave him, and he immediately fell asleep. And then they proceeded to knock us all unconscious one by one, sucking us up into their mosquito ship. They found Mr. September in his water barrel. Then after a few hours passed, it couldn't have been that long because Mr. September's mage armor was still up. And then we were all like chained up inside like a cell with something covering our face and like chaining us up to the walls. Turns out it was like their prison/interrogation area. Mr. September, with his sly tongue and amazing psionics, talked his way into getting us out. And then we did a bit of investigating, and we were told multiple times that we couldn't leave, but Astra personally doesn't believe that. He believes that there is a way out of here. And then what else was there? Oh, we found an inn. I forgot the name of it, but I remember it was like an alarming name that made everyone like stop for a second.
In harm's way.
Yeah, in harm's way. Oh my goodness. The bartender there, she was a pretty attractive Asimar, I believe she was.
Yep.
Don't ask me her name. Completely forgot her name.
I should remember it. It began with a D.
Yeah.
Daria, did Denise, something like that. No, that's not right at all. Yeah, because Mr.
Right.
September liked her wings a lot.
Yeah.
He's enamored of her wings.
We're also in the city of Dyycho. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the name of this strange city.
Let me see. Oh, right. The Kree had like a bump or something on his shell that we thought was a pus bump, but it actually turned out to be an eyeball. Astra also had an eyeball inside his star crystal on his weapon. That's all I can remember, to be honest.
You don't
Did I
remember
miss
our
anything,
rainbow
guys?
eggs we ate for breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, protein
Right.
eggs.
Yeah,
Yum,
Astra
yum,
did. Yeah, our protein eggs. Oh, right.
Not protein.
Black. Yeah. Iron Star drunk like a liquid, but it turned out to be the souls of something, and he lost his his paladin abilities, but then immediately gained them back because he long rested.
Unknowingly sipped the nectar of evil.
Yeah.
We know Daicho's a mode of law, part of the shards. I'm part of the shards of law, like that came down. There's multiple of them. We just know we're on the wrong one.
Yeah, our pilot drove us to the wrong place. Shaking my
Looks
head.
at Kree.
Jeez, Kree.
Yeah.
You had one place to go.
Yeah, Kree.
And you're the only
Got
person
one
who's
job.
seen it, and you still can't get us there.
What are you saying? All shards of law look the same? That's messed up, bro.
You guys also met Bronson, who is the tiefling that gave you guys kind of the rundown of what factions there are in Dyycho. There are a few.
Elf eaters. I remember them.
Yeah.
The agents of Dak. I know. I remember that one.
This is Bronson. Found a nice, solid picture of him. He's not alarming, but, he is a tiefling.
When it loads in.
One
Yeah,
day
I think
it'll-
me, Astra, and Imrion were supposed to go visit the Elf Eaters for no particular reason.
Well, you guys have
Not the elf eaters.
a few places. You guys got the Elf Eaters, which everybody's focusing on because they're like, don't like that. Few of us are elves. There are also the Wasps, which are Imperium elves that are currently in a small district that is technically part of the Gutless Ways, but that has been renamed for the Wasps because Gutless Ways are run by the Elf Eaters, which are allegedly drow. And then the Weak Ways are run by the Wasps, which are the Imperium elves. You guys also have the Congregants, which are all like further up north in the Scapula and the Riven Isles. Burlark, the one that escorted you guys out of Blacktop, told you not to fuck around with those people. There's also Idan, who's that massive clock tower that you guys saw when you entered the city. And apparently there's a massive library inside of Idan. And there is another character in there named Taffy, the Black Skull, who acts as the resident librarian or sage of the Clock Tower's library. But he's a bit of a jerk from what you guys have heard. So loosening him up with like alcohol is apparently the way to go. Guys got a bit of a rundown of the cups. Apparently it's like a destroyed district from when Dyycho took over from the previous leader of the town. There's another name called Shaig that runs the Congregants, and God knows who's up north, because you guys are too busy worried about the Elf Eaters.
I'm just sure we just have to be nice to them, and they'll welcome us with open arms. All 5 of us, including a certain 3 of us.
I don't know about that one. Didn't they spit at you when you spoke to them?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
We just gotta go visit them in their home, obviously.
Yeah.
Find them where they live. Find them where they live.
Let them be comfortable and ask politely to come in and compliment their daggers as they sink into our backs.
Break some bread.
Those are nice daggers. Those are really sharp.
Make them feel at home. So
we're sitting down at breakfast still, aren't we?
yeah, you guys kind of got the rundown from Bronson, who ended up giving you guys the nickname of Burks, because apparently there's this like whole slang down or where you guys are that you guys are not privy to yet. So
I'm gonna stand up, look at September.
Yes.
Are you able to see what you can find out about Annulus? I assume it was one of the things you were going to look up in.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say?
Are you able to look up stuff about Annulus for me? I assume you were going to anyway.
Annulus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure, I can do that.
okay,
If you're gonna go talk to people, I can go check the records in libraries.
Just me and you, Iron Store?
Sounds like it.
What is Cree doing?
I'm going to the library.
Ah, very good. Okay.
My fellow cultman.
You keep saying that as if it's a good thing. You may want to keep that under your hat. You know,
Yeah,
just
and not loudly, please.
be
Oh,
sure
that was above board. That wasn't in character.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh shit,
Truth
this
should
guy's like
not-
just telling everyone we're in a cult.
Yeah, what's it called? Astra laughed as soon as he found out they were a cult.
Also, as we leave, I'm going to ritual cast a spell and give me this.
Circle of Wind.
If somebody shoots me, they're gonna have a harder time shooting me.
All right.
Last 8 hours.
All right. So you guys decide to head out. I think you guys woke up at 4. So I would say you guys leave around the time that the clock tower starts ringing 5 bells. And let's see, who's going to make it to their destination first? Probably the people who are going to the clock tower. So, September, Kree, and Astra, you guys start walking down the streets of Dyycho. Now, there's no, there are coding laws, but they're kind of fast and loose. So you'll have, an armory set up to, a daycare across the street, and then there's, a bakery off to the side. So there doesn't seem to be any sense of this is where all the restaurants are, this is where all the construction guilds are. It's just laissez-faire. People set up where they set up, and it is what it is. But as you guys are walking the streets, most of these streets are pretty wide because it's occupied by more than just human-sized people. There's also trolls, ogres, cyclopses, goblins, tritons, humans, of course, all wandering through these streets. So they're very wide streets. And you guys see up ahead, there are 2 large, machines walking straight past everybody, bumping into them, knocking them out of the way. And you see that there are flies around them and crows that are swarming above them about 20 feet.
Well, this looks promising. I think I'm going to step aside so I'm not crushed to death. And anybody who compares me to those flying buzzards up there will get a psychic dagger in the back. Just wanted to make it clear that that is not okay.
Astra's gonna turn around and look to you with his arms crossed and his fingers against his chin and say, "Oh, so you'll be joining the elf eaters, right? Is that what that means?"
He
His
looks
owl
at you
land.
inquisitively, unsure what you're getting at, and then steps out of the way of the steps into an alcove so he's out of the way of the marching robots.
Okay, so as they walk on by, these things stand maybe 18 feet tall, they're big, and on top of them there's a bunch of metal spikes coming out of their back, and there are people impaled upon them, and there are 2 of these robotic creatures. And surrounding them, not getting in their way, but following behind them, are these very thin, gaunt people. They look almost like Holocaust survivor victims, but they're wearing these raggedy black cloaks with these cowls up, and they're just following. And they follow behind, and people get out of their way. And they don't smell great either. Not that the dead bodies on top of these things did in the first place, but That is what those robots look like. Those automatons, those constructs.
Oh, I know what these are. Oh no.
Oh, look at all those people on them.
Oh no.
Gotta get them to their day job.
Oh no.
But they just walk down the street, two in stride with this this throng of black-robed people behind them, just following them.
Okay, I'm going to step up and see if I can stop one of the black-robed people.
All right.
Hello. What is this all about? I mean, these are massive constructs, obviously, but they have like people impaled on their back, and you're all following these two. I'm just a bit confused, and I'm a bit new here. I was told I'm a Berk, and I hope to get a little bit more understanding of what's going on.
You see that as you're saying this, it slowly looks up, and this guy looks pretty ragged. He's got like a beard that's long grown out, and his eyes are kind of like recessed into his skull, and his skin is like holding on to his skeleton. Like he doesn't have anything for muscles, just this gaunt figure, very pale. He says, "We are the Dustmen, and you cannot interrupt our rituals."
Yeah, speaking of dust, you may want to take a drink of something. Okay, Dustmen want to stay away from your rituals, not get in the way. Understood. I appreciate you letting us know. Have a good day.
See that this person turns his head back to this collection of people and continues walking forward.
These people are fucking insane.
We are stuck in between limbo.
Seems a little bit stranger than just being in... Well, no. We've been through some strange stuff already, so maybe I can't say that this is stranger than anything else. I don't know. Hey, look, there's that watchtower. Let's go there.
Yep. Well, you
Clocktower.
guys continue walking up towards the clock tower. And as you do, you guys start to see that the base of this clock tower has a bunch of, like, not even, like, tentacles is the best way to describe it, but there's like a bulb on the end of them. And on that, like, orb, on the end of these tentacles, there are more tentacles that look to have eyes on them. It almost looks like a beholder, right? But it's mechanical. And it has eyes that look over at you, and in the center of this massive orb is a mouth. And you see that they're just kind of strewn about the top of this section of the clock tower. Look to be like lookouts.
Astra, he lightly squints his eyes. He's staring with an inquisitive nature, as if he's trying to like learn more about them. Can I roll for anything?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll. Let's see, Arcana would probably be best. Yeah, these are Modrons. Now, these things are lookouts. They mostly like yell out, but they use their extra eyes to keep an eye on the sky, on the allies, on the alleys, on the ground, on the streets, just making sure nobody's coming to attack this clock tower. As you're moving up, you see that there are more Modrons. They stand about as tall as a man, about 6 feet tall, but they, like, their bodies are like almost like inverted triangular prisms. Actually, I got a picture of them, so let me go get them.
Oh, September, the thing I said earlier, it was a joke. It was my attempt at a joke, but I see it wasn't funny.
An attempt at a joke. Yes, it was an attempt. Good job.
And they're
Good try.
These things are standing next to like a handful of doors that are situated around the base of the clock tower. And they are like 2 to a door.
Hmm.
Yes, hello. We
Hello.
were wondering if we could gain entrance to the watchtower.
What is your purpose inside the watchtower?
To study in the library and ask a question of, what is his face? The floating skull guy. I don't remember his name, to be honest. But we have some nice whiskey for him, so, we don't want that to go to waste.
Did you Adelcoves make an appointment?
Adelcove. Could you explain what that means, please?
No. If you do not know, you do not know.
Great. No, we did not make an appointment. How do we do that?
You walk up, ask to make an appointment.
May I make an appointment?
Yes, you may. What time?
Now would be fine.
You can only
If
do it
it's
at the top of the hours.
Okay, so next hour?
You will be arriving here on the 6th bell for the library.
Yes. We'll just stand over there until the 6th bell. It's about 15 minutes after, is that right?
I do not know.
Or is
I cannot see
Looks
the
a
clock
bit
tower.
clock tower.
I look at the clock tower?
Yeah, you have to kind of back up a
Right.
bit. Like maybe like 100 feet back just to get the right angle. It's about 15 past.
Yeah, that's about right. So we'll just chill over here. Seriously, if you're going to use terms like idle clove, I would like to know what that means. Is there a place where I can find where all this jargon means? I'm just curious.
You can ask around about the chant,
The chant. I see.
but I do not suffer Burks. And you hear it start going. And then you hear the rest of them start to go. It does sound very funny. But at the same time, they look to all be understanding it. None of them are looking like they're cracking a smile on their faces.
Okay, well, I'll let you serious and strange folk do your job. And I'll be standing over there
Goodbye,
for
Burke.
my appointment. Goodbye, Triangle Man.
During this, could my familiar be flying around, like scouting the area?
Yep, and you see, like, the clock tower is pretty sealed up. There doesn't seem to, like, sport really any windows. Most of the sections around it, like around the base of the clock tower, have those, like, orb things that are keeping in many eyes on what's around it. And as you fly your familiar... What's your familiar's name, by the way? So I don't just keep calling it your familiar.
No, you're good. Crap, I forgot. You know what? We'll just say Star for now.
Well, as Stark continues to fly up, these eyes follow it ceaselessly. And then it almost, like, stretches up to, like, follow, like, physically follow Stark.
Okay. Astra is then going to... I can telepathically communicate with my familiar.
Right, it's up to like 100 feet or something, right? Because I think
Pulls
Warlocks are
up
the ones
fine,
that allow it to
familiar.
go super far.
Yeah, it's up to 100 feet telepathically, yep.
So, you could talk to it up to like that first like break in the structure where all these like orbs are with the multiple eyes in the mouth.
Okay. Yeah. I was just having it flying around, and like, Star come back and will tell me about everything it saw.
It saw exactly what it saw.
Okay. What's it called? Astra will then turn to Mr. September. They seem to be pretty sealed up around here. Them eyes, they're all over the clock tower and they stretch out pretty far.
Yes, this would be hard to penetrate. What do you think, Craig? Cree?
Greg.
Craig.
Craig.
It's been a very long night, man.
I'm not really sure. You're familiar can only go 100 feet?
I mean, he can go further than that. He just can't talk to it past 100 feet.
Yeah.
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 Let me see.
Oh, hey. Did my familiar see like any other birds or anything flying around, or was it the only one?
You see multiple kinds of creatures flying around above some of the buildings. Some of them look like snakes. Some of them look like winged snakes. Some of them look like birds. Some of them look like fish. Like, there's a bunch of stuff flying around right now. It's just down where all the traffic is, all that stuff doesn't want to be anywhere near it. So definitely predators out in there in this fake sky, this purple blue sky that you guys are in.
Yeah. It seems that this place has its own weird type of ecosystem.
Well, that's something that we can certainly look up about in the library once the sixth bell rings.
Yeah, there's birds. Well, there's fish with wings. Same with snakes, actually. And there are a few birds, but they look a bit distorted, I would say.
I wonder how much information this library is going to give us.
Hopefully worth our while.
Probably not enough. As you probably have figured, there's going to be a lot of misinformation considering how, the way this city is, how chaotic it is.
There's no way this library has free information.
Oh, I don't know if it has free information. He'll have plenty of free misinformation. Of that, I am sure. But it's a place to start.
Well, this is true. You did bring the booze or whatever for the talking skull, right?
Yes, I certainly did.
Alright.
Hopefully he gives us no problems.
Yeah.
So, while you guys are waiting, Iron Star and Emrian, you guys are making your way through to the weak ways as much as you can, because this place is a maze. It looks like multiple buildings that have crumbled and then been like built over on top of like falling buildings. So some of these buildings kind of sag to one way or another, and they do go up. Some of them do go up at least 20 stories using that like build on what has already been destroyed method. And there's a ton of people selling stuff on the streets, stuff that you've seen before, stuff you haven't seen before, including like creatures that have been infused with some part of limbo, like they glow. Like you'll see
like our legs?
Well, kind of like your legs, but just in a different way, because you guys like the material on your legs or on whatever body part that you guys got your copper body on, it's a type of different material. It's a metal, right? But these things, they like you'll see like a black panther, right? But when it opens its eyes and like opens up its fangs to hiss at you, you see like inside its mouth lightning start to spark between it.
Oh,
Oh,
That's cool.
Thundercat.
And you just see like you see a Nyogi off to the side with its few Umber Hulk servants that is selling humans, elves, drow, anyone, and they're all
Like as
kept on
slaves?
like these cages. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a handful of trolls as well. But you're just seeing that it looks like this market is very laissez-faire, right? Not very like regulated by anything.
Did Mr. September? Did you ever tell me about your old gang?
Well, I
there,
may have
John?
mentioned that I was a part of a gang. Did you want to hear some stories about them?
Would I know what your old gang looked like or no?
Not what they looked like, but you would know that they were captured or possibly killed, and he doesn't know which.
Okay, that's right. I'll just look at the slaves and keep walking.
I'm looking
Um,
around this place. It's more of a shithole than I thought it was.
Yeah, I am going to look at the slaves too. Seeing as the Nyogi has slaves, I doubt
You're not
that any
with
of my
us.
friends. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't go too far, which is why you weren't seeing any of this. As for Emery and Ironstar, you guys are more in like the deep heart of this Shard Ward market. And here, you guys are seeing a bunch of creatures passing by that you would never fucking see on like Toril, like trolls and umber holes and all this other crap. And you guys start to see kind of the same thing that Kree and Astra and Mr. September saw, where it's just these two hulking automatons walking through the streets. And you see one stop, look up towards one of these buildings that are slightly like, looks to have fallen on one of the other buildings, reach up, grab what looks to be a corpse up there, stick it on one of its spikes, and then continue walking down the street.
What's the plan going forward? Do you want to talk to some elves, make some friends? See what kind of information we can get?
I think so. I'm gonna speak in Elvish as well.
Okay.
I will do the same.
I mean, if they're Imperium elves, it's very likely they're astral elves. So I think we seek refuge. I don't think they'll turn us away, considering what we know. They're in a bad spot. Maybe we offer aid?
I mean, what do we know that they wouldn't? Apparently the universe got exploded or something and everyone got shunted into here. At least that's what I can recall from all this that happened when I woke up.
I mean, it wouldn't be dishonest to say that we survived and ended up here and need a place to stay that isn't a very expensive inn.
Not wrong. Only thing I'm concerned about right now is figuring out what might have happened to Vasidian.
They
Gotta
didn't
give
seem-
them frog people the benefit of the doubt, but
They didn't seem disingenuous, but I don't know.
he was
I
kind of a
suppose
big
you're-
reason we were able to get here.
Are you better at talking?
I can use my words nicely sometimes, and sometimes not as nicely.
I don't know where we are on the map, but I'll cast something on you when we actually get to the weak place.
Okay. So you guys continue moving forward. Did you see that there are a few... Actually, roll me either insight or perception checks.
Oh boy.
Damn.
About the same. This one.
Okay, well. Ironstar, you're still feeling kind of bad about yesterday. You know, it was a long day. You didn't get a whole lot of sleep. You had to get sleep by basically taking a
Blacking
organic
out.
pill. Imrian, you were in the battle. You know that there's a bunch of freaky shit going on in this town, and let alone seeing this automaton put a fucking dead body onto a spike and then walk down the street and nobody's batting an eye. You're keeping a closer eye on what's going on around you, and you see that there are like some market people that are eyeing you, and they kind of like walk past their like their store a little bit just to look at you and then look around you. You guys have moved
Do they
up.
seem more interested in me or Iron stuff? Or it's just both of them?
Just
The
both
person
of
with
you.
the iron leg or copper leg, or the person with the copper arm.
Well, you see that there is this troll one who actually looks pretty cool. He's got like dreads and like this very like tribal like attire going, almost like voodoo-like, very cool looking. And you see he kind of looks at you two, looks back into his store, looks at you two again, and this is like maybe 40 feet from you. You're just kind of looking back and you know that they're talking about you.
I think we should be careful. I think it's a case of the Imperium's not the big dog anymore.
I mean, I've been being semi-careful since we got here. Or at least since I woke up. Emotions to the slight warbling that's around him and the like small spectral dust that's circling him because of the spell he cast. Always worth it to be prepared.
True. Let's not dally here.
Alright, let's keep moving forward then.
Okay. Give me another perception check.
Alright, here's the 20. For mine.
God damn, Imrian's on it. Head on a swivel after that. Well, you are starting to notice that, like, in an alley running parallel to you guys, there looks to be like two trolls keeping an eye on you guys and following where you guys are headed.
I guess I will just relay that in Elvish. Not looking like panicked or anything, being like, they're following us in the nearby alleys. Maybe we try and even take it to the rooftops.
Yeah, we can do that. Go around the corner,
are the
blink away,
rooftops-
confuse them a bit.
Yeah. Are the rooftops like all the same height, if that makes sense?
No, so it just depends on how popular the spot is, right? Like, and how stable it is. So, like, if the area is popular, you'll see more of a buildup of buildings. If it's less popular, less of a buildup of buildings. The buildings that you're seeing are maybe 40, 30 feet tall, something like that.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. We can round an alley, get out of their eyesight, and just blink to a rooftop.
And then just wait
If
for them
that's
to
allowed,
pass.
DM.
Yep. Are you guys gonna try to hide, or?
Well, yeah, once we blink up.
We'll just try and hide by height, like laying down on the roof, I guess. That's what I'll do.
Okay. So you guys are gonna burn like your starlight step in order to jump up there, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead
We'll
and
do
burn
it in
it.
sync.
Blink.
Okay, you blink up there. Okay. And you see that there is like there's a legitimate skeleton up there. And you could tell just by the tusks that it's either like an orc or a half orc with the strong build, and it looks to have like had a bottle lying next to him. And I mean, it's long since empty. The cap's off, but that's what you see up there.
Yeah, once we blink up after rounding a corner, lay down and just see if the people pass.
Yeah.
All right, roll me a stealth at advantage because you guys are laying down and have the high ground.
Why didn't that roll advantage?
Because you're probably wearing the same armor as me.
Yeah, you guys have
which means
armor
you're getting
penalties.
I'll guidance myself, but yeah. Won't help you.
Okay.
I'll use my passive perception to just keep an ear out, see if they're hanging around.
Okay. Well, you guys jump up there, and like there's still traffic going on, like on the street below you guys, and you wait for a little while, and eventually you hear like two large creatures like moving people, like cutting through the street, and I need to roll something. Okay. So, you guys start hearing, like, talking.
In a language we know?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Doubtful. For me at least.
Nobody.
Nope.
So you just hear them talking, and they sound like they're getting, like, angry at one another. And you hear, like, one, like, tear into the clothes. Like, you hear the clothes rip on one of them, and then you hear them, like, sniffing. And then you hear him talking. And then I need you guys to roll me a perception check.
Ah, yes. Smell.
Okay.
Can't hide our elven musk.
You guys start hearing these things climb the building that you guys are on.
Before they get up here, you want to try and talk? You want to try and run, or you want to try and fight?
I'd rather just get away from them. I couldn't be bothered.
Alrighty.
Well, it gets to a point where, like, over the side where you guys could, like, look over to where you guys were at, you see this long green nose, like, opening and closing as it sniffs. And then it looks over the side and sees you two.
Can they smell us with that circle of wind?
It's a good question. And you see it pick up one large finger. Just a moment. We were told that Bakaram wants to talk to you when you have the chance.
I look to Imrian.
I just nod to you.
I was gonna say, I'll just be like, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty out of it yesterday. Which one's that?
Bakaram, he's one of our troll steers. He's our master. And you hear the other one come up from the other side, like behind you guys, where this one is. And he said he recognized you when you guys passed down the street. And he was wondering if he could have a word with you.
Can I? Insight?
Yeah, go for it.
I would like to insight that nose, please. Does this nose seem truthful?
Ugh.
I mean, doesn't sound like there's any more ulterior motives. Like, he's not holding anything back. At least it doesn't seem that way.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
You
that's
say
fine.
recognize both of us? One of us?
He recognized both of you. He also recognized a handful of your compatriots. I don't know what they look like, but Coram does, so if you would be so kind as to visit him before we get whipped, we would appreciate it.
Well, if that's all you needed, why didn't you just come up and say hi in the first place instead of skulking around the alleys?
Well, we didn't know how dangerous you folk were. We're trying to keep our eyes as best we can in Dyycho. So, we were keeping an eye on making sure we didn't lose track of you, and making sure you weren't all that dangerous, but when you guys disappeared, we kinda had no choice, yeah?
I mean, that's respectable.
Suppose we can talk to your trolls here.
Good,
Yeah, why not?
he's back the way you came.
Lead the way then.
Well, you're gonna have to come down. It's a long way down. Me and my brother, Lark, we can jump down and break an ankle or something and we'll be alright. But I don't know about you two. Can you guys get down without our help?
What's a little bit of a tumble? I can grab onto the ledge, hang off, and then just drop down the remaining, 25 feet.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me like an athletics or acrobatics to try to roll your fall. Yep, you're pretty okay. It reduces 1 die of the damage, so 5 points of bludgeoning damage. It's just a bunch of stones that you have to roll over, and some of them jut into your back and bruise you.
Well, if you're jumping down anyway, you may as well help me down.
I mean, I can
smile.
carry you down, but he seemed in a bit of a rush, so I didn't say anything about it.
Thanks for the help, but I'm just gonna stand.
No problem. Look, we're
Waiting.
going down. Right, okay. And you see that he kind of lifts you up, puts you on his shoulders as he slowly starts to climb down. And then once he's all the way at the bottom, he lifts you off of his back and puts you down. So you are going to be coming with us then, right? I don't want to get
Yeah, sure, why not?
my ropes crossed here. Okay. Well, follow us
Lead
then.
the way.
Well, it's bad idea to not have protection in this town, so Locke will be behind you. I'll be leading up ahead, okay?
As we go, I'm gonna reach out and cast Enhance Ability on you for Charisma Iron Stuff.
Wow.
I forget which one it's called. It's like Eagles something.
Yeah, it's like
Eagle
Eagle
Splendor.
Splendor or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, you get that.
Alright, so you guys
Let's
start
go.
walking back where you guys came. And at this point, the bell starts to ring 6 times. So we will cut back over to the people at the Clocktower. So you guys hear the Clocktower ring. Thankfully, because it's so high up, you can still hear it, but it doesn't like ring your ears all the way down here. And well, as it rings, you guys walk up. What can we do for you? Quite literally the same Modron.
We have an
We have
appointment.
an appointment.
Yeah, what is your name?
Oh no.
Well, I am Mr. September, this is Kree, and this is my friend Astra. We spoke with you just 45 minutes ago. You should remember our faces.
He kind of looks at you with a faceless expression.
You called him a birch.
Right. And then you hear the rest of them go. And you see one door opens into the clock tower. Speak to Taffy. He will direct you to whatever place you need to be.
Okay, Taffy it is. Thank you so much. I wish you well.
And you
Yes,
see,
yes, of course.
as you guys start walking through the door, they kind of like... It's kind of scary because both of them like turn their faces towards you. And then once everybody's inside, they turn back and close the door. And then you hear from the other side of the door. And you guys are currently inside of like a hallway. And it is very cube-ish. So maybe like 15 feet wide, 15 feet tall. And it leads to another doorway.
Okay. I suppose we can go here.
Is this made out of like any unique type of ore or rock, or is it just like an average hallway?
Roll me Smith Tools.
Okay.
This one would be under intelligence, just to know what this material is. It is quite reflective. Damn.
30, not 20.
It looks to be a alloy of mithril and iron.
Ooh. Astra will note that to itself. Clocktower made out of mithril and iron.
Oh, yes, so where is this man we're looking for?
Taffy, was it?
Taffy, yes. Maybe he's through that door?
Probably.
Okay.
Looks to Kree. Yeah, how do I put this? You are our most
What?
Astra like stops and like thinks.
You're a
Gonna
skull.
stare at you and like do that little like turtle, head turn. Like gonna stare at you. What?
You know what? You just go first, Kree.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Oh,
just
is
open the
that
door.
because he is the most sturdy among us and most likely to not die on first hit?
Yes.
Ah, I see. I thought you were going to say something about his intelligence, which would have been
No.
rude. Especially in the presence of me. I'm obviously more intelligent than both of you.
Astra like looks at you, and he,
All right.
he lightly smirks.
We will open the door.
All right, you open up the door, and on the other side, you see a human-sized black skull levitating in the middle of the room. And as you look around, like this is like a semicircular room, almost like an orange slice. And in front of you, there are no doors. It is literally just this strange metal wall, different from the metal that you guys saw when you guys were in the hallway, and what Astra identified. Whatever this metal is that's behind this black skull, completely different. It's like a dark green metal. However, around the curved end of this semicircle are multiple doors set into the walls. And this room does have a ceiling, goes up about 30 feet. So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I open the door, September.
Okay, very well. I guess I have to speak with the floating skull. Oh, hello. Yes. Hi there.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I am bored.
Well, I'm sorry to say that. Hear that. We're here to actually ask some questions and look if in your library, see if we can get some answers.
Everyone is.
Yes, but I'm also here. Are you the type to drink or?
All the time. Every day.
Sometimes we need a little,
Every
something
day.
to let it through the day.
Oh no.
Right. Very well. Where can you direct my colleagues to for access to the library?
You don't get access to the library.
We don't.
No, you ask me. Idan has named me the librarian of this library, so only I can go and access the books.8's a very touchy subject for him. Right?
Oh.
And you hear like
got
the clock tower kind of like rumble. You see?
Oh.
He's
Mr. Step.
touchy.
Touchy subject. I like that. Books, subjects,
How
It's a
long
good
have you been the librarian?
Ooh, I have no idea. There's no windows here. I just hear the bells every day.
How many bells
24
have you
times a
heard?
day. I don't keep track. Turtle knows. I collect books.
I mean, he's not wrong.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that. I didn't.
That's my whole job. People want the books. I give them the books. They cannot leave the place without bringing the books back to me. I return the books. That is my whole purpose here, and I fucking hate it.
I understand. That does sound really rough.
Does it? Does it?
Yes. Of course
Well, you're
it does.
right.
Come here. I have a little something here that might help you out. Do you have a cup by any chance? I don't want to just pour this.
Why?
Anywhere.
I don't need a cup.
Oh. You don't need a cup.
No, I don't need a cup.
Oh. Well, how egalitarian of you. Yes, so I have this. I'm told it's a celestial whiskey.
Sounds
Maybe
expensive.
near celestial. Was a pretty penny to be sure. Here, why don't you take a taste and let me know how it tastes?
Just give me the whole
I'm
fucking
more-
thing.
Wine person.
No,
Yes,
the
of course.
whole fucking thing.
Yes, of course. Here.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Okay.
And you see it
I
opens up his
pour it-
mouth.
Pour it into his mouth. I don't pour
It's-
a lot into his mouth.
Yep, it spills on the ground. Yes, more. More, yes.
Well, we are here to ask questions.
I said more!
don't want to get slobbery drunk without getting our answers.
I have no body. I can't be a slobbery drunk yet.
Well, very well.
Not
More
wrong.
it is.
More.
You do want to savor this, don't
No,
you?
yeah, I'm savoring it now.
Okay. I start pouring more.
It starts spilling out onto the ground. How much do you pour?
About another fifth of the bottle.
And then as soon as you take it away, it's like you see his teeth chatter. That was good stuff.
Isn't it, though?
That's so good. What do you want to know?
Well, I think first of all, we need to know about a place called the Annulus.
Annulus. Annulus?
Annulus. That's it.
What do you want to know about it?
Well, it was referenced in a letter. We know that it's a place. Um, uh, as much information as you can give us. Where is it? What is it? Why is it important?
The Nolus
How
doesn't
do we get
exist
to it?
anymore. You see that it's like
Nolus doesn't exist.
slowly like levitating towards the ground until it hits the bottom, and it's just you guys are like looking down on this skull like, yes, it doesn't exist anymore. Ever since the material was destroyed, it's gone.
Okay. And Ronaspin. What is Nonellus? It is a place, but is it city or is it temple or?
It's a prison.
It's a prison. A prison for what type of people?
Oh, it's not for a
besides
type of people. It's a prison for the mad god Tharsden.
I see. And just who is the mad god Tharsden?
I don't know. He's from the material plane. Why don't you go ask him?
I would if I could find him, but I'm sure that it would be difficult to do so now that Annellis is destroyed.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That is a problem. There's also this entity that was mentioned in our letter, Chronospin?
Chronipsin.
Chronipsin, yes. I'm mispronouncing everything today. These names are all so new to me.
He is an elder elemental of time.
Elemental of time. I've heard of elementals of fire and water and even ice and of smoke, but I've never heard of one of time.
Why not? You live it. We live it in our own way, right? Can I get more of that alcohol?
Absolutely. Oh, wait. There was something that I've been called recently. A Burke. I was told that was a part of the chant. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I always know about it, yeah. And
Yeah,
Burke is exactly what you are.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't wish to be a Burke forever, so I'd kind of like to know what this chant is and how to speak it and how not to make an idiot of myself.
A Burke is a fool. Especially
Yes.
someone who got himself into the mess that he should have known better not to be in.
Right. Well, that implies that someone would have known the mess that they're getting in. Here, have some more alcohol.
You see he levitates off the floor more. More. I need more. And
Okay. Give him another fifth. Astra, did you have any questions?
I was gonna say, while you're like interrogating this guy, Astra is like just eyeing the ore and the metal in the back of the room. He's not even listening.
all right, go ahead and roll me a. This one's a weird one. This one's a religion check.
Okay. Do I have proficiency in
You're
religion?
wasting all this good wine instead of just putting a cup under him and then pouring it through his jaw into the cup.
God,
Another
dang.
nat 20, 25.
All right, you kind of put your hand on the metal. It's adamantine,
Oh.
but you feel something else on the other side of it, and it makes you feel lethargic. And you're like, "What the hell is that?" Like adamantine doesn't have this property, so it gets you curious, and you kind of like feel inside yourself. He's like, "Oh." On the other side of this,
My liver.
that's the shard of law. That's the thing that's keeping the clock tower going.
Oh.
The adamantine is like a layer of protection to keep anybody from getting inside.
Understood. Something else to put down.
Think inside and steal it.
Yeah, you got to see it first.
You said I gotta see it first.
Yeah, if you want to blink inside, you have to be able to see it.
Oh no! I mean, putting that in the notes.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it gives you this very lethargic feeling, like this feeling of being lazy, of feeling like you're bound. Just this strange feeling, almost like not to get real on you guys here, but almost like depression, where you just feel like you can't get moving.
Okay. Is my star crystal reacting?
If you look at it, it is dimming.
Ooh. Okay. Astra's gonna put that. Yeah, he's gonna note that for later. And the skull is the librarian of this place, quote unquote, right? So there's like no books or anything around.
Not that you can see.
Okay. So then we're gonna cut to when Mr. September acts as Astra. Something. He's gonna turn around and then he's gonna say, hold on. What was the skull guy's name again?
Taffy.
Taffy. Okay. Hey, Mr. Taffy. You said you were bored, right?
Always bored.
How about this? If you don't mind having me around for a little while, I can tell you about what were they called? The crystal realms, the time realms, the rings that we were in before they exploded.
Oh, crystal spheres.
Yeah, I can tell you about the crystal sphere I was in before it shattered.
I don't want to know about that. Why would I want to know about that?
I don't know. Just trying to give you more information, right? Someone to talk to.
He doesn't seem to need information. He has a whole library. Don't you?
I always have a full library. It's above us. You can see it looks up.
I start to motion as to pour more whiskey and then pull back. I was wondering, we got this information that we're supposed to be able to get out of here through the chaos of limbo. The what is it called again? In any case, somehow we're supposed to be able to leave. And from what I've heard from others, there's no way to leave. Now, this doesn't sound quite plausible.
Shh.
I was wondering if you could...
You hear Taffy shushing you. Shh.
Okay.
And then above you, you guys hear you see like a metal plate move out of the way, and then a book kind of start to come down and land in front of Mr. September. Shh. And he shushes you again.
Okay, so this is something that we should look into.
You see that Taffy kind of starts floating up, and then it's dripping on its jaw. It's dripping some of that booze, and it kind of lands on you, and you hear it say, "Get me out of here."
That's what I was expecting.
Well, we do find a way.
Hey, Taffy.
Kind of looks
Kira?
over at you. Does he know that? I don't know. Who's John? Nobody knows unless you specify who exactly John is. But I don't know a Kirol.
Well, he hunted an alias and the entity Chronospin.
I already answered who Anolis is. I already answered who Chronipsin is. They're ancient.
And now I'm just saying he hunted them, so I just they were from that.
How am I supposed to know what people are doing? I'm locked in here.
That's true.
Well, that's understandable. Do you know anything about void rings by any chance?
He looks like he's looking off in the distance.
You're right. You look thirsty. No?
Do you need to breathe?
Yes. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, let's see if we can help you with your memory.
No.
I hold up the bottle.
Yes.
In other words, you don't have the information, but you want more booze.
I always want more.
Understood. Well, let me go ahead and give you some. I go ahead and give him maybe... I'm not going to finish off the bottle. Maybe half of what's left.
Okay. So let's see, 1/5. He's got, let's see. What, like a 10th
I think I gave him 3/5 so far, so...
Yeah,
that
there's
would
not
be
much
another-
left in it.
Yeah.
How would we get to
I
another
don't
shard
remember.
of law?
That's fine.
Idan doesn't allow anybody to leave Dyycho. He's afraid of the congregants, and he's afraid that more might enter if the portals were opened. Isn't that right, Idan? And he looks up. The place doesn't shiver or shake or anything. He's ignoring me.
September.
Mm-hmm.
Astra's gonna gesture to the mithril. Not the mithril, the animantite.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna say, what's a good way to say this in code? Nah, he's just gonna say, WAL back here.
Okay. There is a wall back there, yes. Don't know why you have to spell it out. In any case, so let me get this straight. If somebody were to put down the congregants, then conceivably the doors could be open, the portals could be open. You would think, maybe.
Maybe.
And the Dustmen, they'll fight them.
Maybe.
The dead don't fight anyone. They just
No, the
long... Yes, that's their name. They're known as the Dustmen, the Dead, the Walking Dead, the Life Cursed. They're named all kinds of things, but I
Those
call
are
them the Dead.
congregants.
No, the Congregants are the true, what would you call them? That makes sense to you. Chaos Men. They embody everything that Limbo is. The dead just exist and live to annoy me.
I see. Now, I'm going to take a look at this book real fast that you let us borrow. And I'll be back in a moment and see if there's any other questions I have for you. He sort of swirls the bottle a little bit and then turns around and opens the book and starts perusing it.
Okay. It is written in a language you may or may not understand. Let me check.
Okay.
You do not understand them. what it is saying.
Okay, this is quite. It's like ancient elven to me. You're an old elf here. Maybe you can make sense of it.
Did you hand it to me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I read it?
No.
Okay. Astra is then going to cast comprehend languages.
You don't even see if I could read it. You just no, just kidding.
Creed, do you want to check the book?
Sure. Can I read it?
Yeah.
You check the book, and you're looking at this, and like some of the characters seem familiar, but they're turned differently, so you cannot read it. But it is an ancient language,
What is it familiar to?
like Aklo, which is the speech of like elder gods and writing of elder gods, like Cthulhu and Nyarlathotep, Hastur, all those people.
Definitely.
Like
language of
whatever
the
it is,
Eldritch.
it's old. But this is a great place for it to be because it doesn't look like anything changes in here. So it doesn't look like it's an old book, but the language it's written in is old.
So all the books in here are literally pristine and beautiful and no dust on them that we can see.
No, none of the books, or at least the book that you have, does not look like it has dust on it at all. It looks pristine, but the language is ancient.
How's the skull clean the book?
Yeah, what's
Got
it
no
called?
bond.
Yeah. I can't, I cast comprehend languages. Can I read it? No.
Yes, but you do not know what language it is. It just, you're able to read it now, right? At least that's what I think the
Yeah.
spell does. I think that's what it's been forever, but
Yes.
let me check.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I changed one of my spells because I knew we were gonna go to the library, so I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna need this.
Okay.
Smart man.
It is a journal written by somebody named Talayam.
Mm.
And Talayam is a stone elemental.
Ooh. Oh, isn't that the
But he is not
the
writing in
god?
Terran. He is writing in a language different than Terran.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the god he was literally just talking about? Or did I mishear that?
No. The one that he was talking about was some mad god named Tharsden.
Okay. Just you guys are gonna see like Astra's eyes are like quickly scanning the page, and he's gonna say it's a journal. I can't. It's gonna take me some time to read this.
Right. How much time do we have in here for our appointment?
Normally, it's an
Um,
hour that they allow you to come in, then they send in the golems to remove whoever wants to stay longer. Unless they decide to make another appointment with a scheduled amount of hours. Nobody really comes in here anymore. So it makes my life even better, doesn't it?
Oh, Taffy. Can you
What?
breathe?
No. I don't have lungs.
I was just making sure. You know, I might need that for future arrangements.
Hmm.
And he goes back to reading.
I didn't
Ominous.
like it. And you see that it like stares at you for a half second longer, and then
He didn't like it that I said that, or
no,
I didn't win.
You see the pop-up in the top left of your eyes? Taffy did not like this.
no. He said Idan will not like that, and then he looked at you for an extra
Oh.
half second.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was just okay. He was letting me know. All right. Oh, yeah. September.
Yes.
Here. He pulls out. I think I have parchment. No, it doesn't look like I have parchment, but I have a pen and ink, but I don't have parchment.
Well, you got ink.
Do you
Yeah, I
have
did say something about going to find that, but I don't think we ever did.
He's gonna
It's right
like,
on the back of the book. Or out some pages.
that's damaging property.
Do you
Oh,
by any
is it?
chance
I have a tinderbox. I have a tinderbox. Can I just take a piece of cloth out of there?
It's
No.
not even.
Oh.
There's no paper in that. It's mostly just like, not even toilet paper. It's just like cotton, like stuff that
Yeah,
easily
fine.
catches fire.
Taff, by any chance, do you have parchment we can borrow?
No. What am I gonna do? Write
Uh.
with it? We don't write anything here.
Oh,
September, just give me your hand.
We have
okay.
a study, but that study doesn't have paper or ink or anything. It just has desks that you can use to transcribe whatever you find here, but you cannot take the books with you.
Understood. Well, we will have to make another appointment, and I would definitely like to examine this book at that point in time. Hopefully we can make an appointment for more than 1 hour. It has been very enlightening. Oh, yes, there's some of this left. Would you like it? I'll be sure to bring more next time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that was only one bottle.
I'm
I go
sorry
ahead and
too.
pour it.
Okay. Yeah, more. It's gone.
Yes, I'm sorry. Would you like to keep the bottle?
No, what am I gonna do with a bottle?
Look at it fondly, and remember the taste of
Even
that
if they
golden
do
liquid.
that, most of the Modrons come in here and take it away anyway. We can't have refuse here on the properties.
Says as there's wine
Understood,
just sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Does not sound entirely fair, does it?
No, it's completely fair. It happens everywhere.
What's it called? Asher's gonna keep reading the journal, and he's gonna have his other hand in September's palm, and he's gonna say, "Pay attention." And
You
he's gonna
realize
spell
that
out.
my hand is full of feathers. You can't write on it.
I know.
Well-
He's gonna like, you'll know. He's gonna
Just
like
holding
spell
your
out.
hand.
Yeah, he's gonna like write in your palm with his finger. He's gonna spell out law shard in your hand, and then he's gonna point over to the adamantine wall.
Oh. Huh. Oh, that's useful information. This
Mhm.
has been a really enlightening time here.
Has
I
it?
do have to say. Yes, actually, it was.
Good.
And I really appreciate your help. As
You're gonna
for
be
if
seeing this very soon.
If you can
Oh,
continue
boy.
reading until we're out of time, and then we'll have to get a longer appointment
Okay.
and a few more bottles of booze, of course.
All right. How long does the spell say that you can like read through a page?
I think a page is a minute. We must put it.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a minute to read through one page of text. Yeah,
And how long is it?
It's
it
not a
lasts
long
an
book.
hour.
It lasts an hour. Okay.
60 pages.
Yeah. And then and he just keeps reading it to himself. He's gonna keep reading until the Modrons come in, and then he's actually gonna look to September. Actually, hey, our time's still going. You could set up another appointment.
Yes, of course. Hello, Mr. Muldrin. I know that our time is up. I was wondering if I could set up another appointment at some point.
Yes, what time would you like to arrive? And what time would you like to leave?
Well, we are looking at, well, it's 6 now, so I guess 7 to maybe 11. 7-11. Nice rhyming scheme makes things a little bit even, or rather odd, because they're both odd numbers. But, you know, it kind of works out, right?
It looks
And
at
that gives
you
us
with
time.
a faceless face.
And that gives us time
Odd,
to, you know...
even.
Yes. 7 to 11 bells. Is that amenable? Or...
Yes, but you must leave now.
Of course.
It's wait. It's for Mr. September.
Only September.
Kree and Astra.
Not you or with you. Please be specific.
With all
They
of
were
us.
all with me. I apologize. All three
With
of us?
all you.
Yes, with all of us.
Your schedule has been set. Please arrive on time or you will be turned away.
Understood.
Thank you. Astra's gonna close the journal.
Oh, wait a second. Not 7 to 11. Shoot. I should have said 8 to 12. Because it's 7 o'clock right now, and we need to go get paper and pen. That's why I was going to try to give us an hour. Can we retro that?
You can retro it.
Okay. So, 8 to 12, and we will be back promptly.
All right.
Please return the book.
Yes, of course. Here you are.
He tries to hurry up and finish the page,
Okay.
and then he hands it over.
Alright, I sent you a secret message. Let me know once you've read it. That would be for Astra.
Oh,
well.
hold on. Delete that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I swear I really didn't mean to do that. I was trying to highlight so I could so my brain wouldn't lose track of spots.
Okay.
You're not mad at me, right, Mr. DM?
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
No, he's pissed.
And we'll never know anything. We'll be Burks forever.
Burks forever.
Burks forever!
Alright.
Sounds like a rallying cry.
You guys are escorted out by two of these, triangular prism modrons, and you are outside once again.
Now we get pens and paper and ink.
Yeah.
Alright. I shared what
There we
the
go.
journal said to Astra.
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you guys must shop around for things. As for Ironstar and Emrian, you guys walk back into the street and you are flanked by both of these trolls, Jacko and Lark. And you are taken inside of this very... It kind of looks like a hippie's van, just a bunch of stuff hanging off the walls, a lot of candles, a lot of incense being lit and let to pervade the place. And sitting on a bunch of pillows, along with a bunch of frogs bouncing around him, is this other troll, the one that you saw that like peeked out to look at you, kind of in a cross-legged, almost Buddha-like position. Once you guys open up, or walk through, a bunch of like bells start to sound, and you hear Jacko go, Bakaram, I got the two guys you was looking for, so do you need anything else from us? And he says, no, go back outside and guard the doors. Right then, you two, good luck. I don't know what he wants you for, I really don't. And you guys are left alone in the room with this other troll. Please take a seat. And he like points over to like two pillows that looks to have been kind of like flattened down by other people who have sat in them.
I'll go and
takes a seat.
I recognize you two. You both are part of a group, yeah?
I mean, yeah, most people tend to be.
You have a turtle creature with you, and you also have a bird man and one that looks like him. And he points over at Imrian. Except without the beard.
This is true.
I don't think they really look too similar.
I had a vision a few days ago about the group of you having some hand in what happens in Dyycho.
I mean, in all honesty, we're just trying to figure out how to get out of here.
As is everyone else, but Idan does not allow it.
Idan was the big eye thing or something.
He is our savior and our curse. Please take my hand. And he stretches out his hand between the two of you.
Star looks down.
I mean, we've done weirder stuff recently.
Last few days, I'll grab his hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I ate a sack.
you kind of hold out, like you put your hand on his, and nothing happens, but you see with its other hand, he lifts out. To him, it looks like a dagger. To you guys, it's like the size of a short sword, but it's like wicked and curved. And he puts it in his hand, and you see him split open his stomach. And you see his like guts start to spill out. It's very, very gruesome to look at. Makes sense as to why there's all of this incense and like smell covering what this place is. And
You all
as
right,
he does
head
so,
man?
he pulls up his guts and like looks at them. And you see his eyes turn white, and you guys feel like an energy reach through his hand. And you know, it's one of those things where you either have to succumb to it, or you could choose not to, right? Go with the river or stop before you enter the river. So you could choose to not have whatever this guy's offering or not.
Yeah. I'll try and mentally hold on to iron stuff if possible, but go with it.
Yeah, I'll go with it. This man potentially just killed himself. Might as well see what he has to say.
All right. So you guys like follow along this river, and in your mind's eye, you guys see that it looks like Idan, like at the base of Idan, it just explodes. And you see all of Dyycho kind of getting sucked into this vortex of explosion. And it looks like it focuses in on you guys at the center of it. And you guys are holding on to like this like featureless stone. Like you could tell that like in a weird way. Have you guys ever seen like artifacts in a video game where it's like purple or black or whatever, but you can't really tell the edges of the thing?
Yeah.
Same thing. And
Art for a lesson.
you all are holding on to this thing, and it's slowly like disappearing. and you guys look to be being jettisoned out towards a portal where you see familiar stars. This is one of them, but on the other hand, and you see all of that kind of gets pulled back, and Dyycho being exploded is gone, and instead you look up towards the Riven Isles up to the north, and you see like a man that has like half of his body burnt, half of it completely fine, almost like Two-Face from Batman, but the burnt part of his face is like smoldering still. Like that part of his body is smoldering black, but he's still alive. And you just see a handful of these people walking into limbo, like into the turbulent itself. And beyond, you see that there's you guys like fighting like a vanguard, like this barrier of slot that are trying to walk into limbo. I do not know what side you choose, but this is what I have seen. And you see he pulls his hand away, and you guys are yanked out of this vision, and you guys see that his intestines and guts begin to like recess back into him. I do not think the last part is your future and for the good of Dyycho.
First off, what in God's name was all that? And second off, maybe next time warn a man, fella, before you go and start cutting into yourself.
It is my blessing and my curse.
Yeah, but it would have been nice to know that beforehand. Or what, these are like prophetic visions or something? We're either gonna doom this place or we're gonna fight to protect it or something?
As such, what I have seen, yes. But I don't know all the ends. These are just two of the possibilities.
Why do I feel like we've been getting a lot of stuff like this lately, with people telling us where we're going to be and what we're going to do? First, it was that letter from that dude when we were on the ship and got saved, and then it was something about Three Eyes seeing us do something that he didn't want us to do, and now we're here, and we're either gonna destroy this place or help protect it. And I don't even know what the hell's fully going on in this place.
It does all feel a bit predestined. Are we actually making choices?
I mean, I feel like I've been making them, but I've also ended up in plenty of circumstances that I'd rather have avoided, following these paths and ending up in places where other people wanted us to be for whatever reason. So we did choose to go the wrong way that one time before we went the right way.
Quorum, are you on either side?
I believe in the congregants. Dyycho has become more and more tyrannical as time has gone forward. He is no longer for the good of everyone here.
Is that the Bernie guy?
I don't know. I think that might be Shaig.
Shaig?
He is the leader of the congregants.
And in that vision, it seems less destructive, but...
It is less destructive.
Well, in that vision, we were fighting him for some reason.
I don't know. This place has a flow to it that's happened for as long as anybody can remember. Maybe Deacon may remember further past that. He's the one who has been here the longest. But people come from Limbo, attempt to take over, And when they do, Idan stops them. And all of them so far have been slaughtered, except for Shaig. Shaig is different. He is not slaughtered, he's human. But he's been chosen by something in Limbo to right the wrong of Dyycho.
Do you know anything else about them?
No. No, I don't know much about them. Because if you get further to Blacktop...
Was Viscidian in either of them?
Was Viscidian in either of them?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fuck.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. I've been here before the termination, yeah. I don't know how long I've been here.
Has there been a lot of people turn up from the termination?
Quite a few. There are the Wasps that don't live too far from here. A few more drow came through. A lot of the
Do you
poor.
know who leads the war?
I don't know, because they don't like either side. They don't like Dyycho, and they don't like Shaig. Like they're doing their own thing, which will not last for very long. Eventually, the Elf Eaters are going to kill them.
Well, shit, that's a lot to think about then. Got a lot in store for us, apparently, going forward.
These are not the only two paths, but these are the only two paths I can see. Such is the nature of this place. Limbo is all chaos, and Idan is nothing but law. He does not allow change.
One thing I'll point out, not sure if you noticed, Jimmy, we were missing one of our companions during both of those visions. And that's not sitting right with me considering where we left him.
I don't know where he is. I do not see him in my vision. It does not mean he is not there. My visions aren't true, they're possibilities.
Are you religious? Is that what your vision?
No, I'm not religious. When I was a child, I learned from a few witches on how I can use my abilities, and he kind of lifts up his shirt, and you see that he's done this multiple times where he's eviscerated himself and continue to live. And I use it on anybody that comes here. I can also use this ability to peer into other realms, other planes, including the material now, but there's not much there.
And can you see places that you didn't know or a name would?
That I can't see? If they are... I don't know. Normally I have good visions about things that have some importance, but I can look into specific areas as long as they're not protected.
Called Anu?
Called what?
Anulus?
Anolis.
No?
And you see he kind of looks off. I don't know.
That's right.
If your companion would not mind me doing my process again, I can try.
I mean, go for it. I didn't so much have an issue with the process, just more so the not being warned beforehand that you were to be cutting into yourself. That's not typically something I see when I go places.
Okay.
I can maybe provide you assistance.
I
Give them
don't think
guidance.
so, but I am willing to take a shot at this. And you see that he sticks out his hand.
Grab it.
And same deal. Pulls out that short sword, guts himself again, and then looks at like a different part of his body. And then his eyes glow a bright white light again. And you guys, like in your mind's eye, get pulled into the material plane. And you guys look ghostly when you look at yourselves, like you're floating. And you guys are looking around. Most of this stuff is the phlogiston, but roll me a perception check. You are just not rolling good today, man.
Yep.
I'm sorry I took all the good rolls.
Look, I'll just blame the hangover for my crappy dice rolls.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Okay, so Imrian, you're kind of looking around. Iron Star, this is kind of weird, because being in the phlogiston is not a good thing. So you're getting like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be here. Imrian, you're feeling a little bit more secure. You think you felt something like this before. And you're looking around, and you see that there's like a pattern in the phlogiston, right? Like things have, like the phlogiston has circled around a single point. And as you kind of look, it's tough to make out. And then you realize, oh, okay, I think that's a black hole. But it's frozen.
Is the quorum like in the vision with us? If that makes sense.
You kind of look behind you, and yeah, he's hovering behind you. His eyes are closed.
I don't even know if you can hear me or what you can do, but
I can hear you.
Notice your vision to the frozen black hole.
I
don't know.
think that might be a nullus.
What the hell do you
Can you
think of
focus
black
on it?
hole?
I know it's a lot to ask.
I could, but black holes either in the phlogiston or on the material plane have the habit of even sucking souls into them. And I don't feel comfortable.
No, that's fine.
Nothing escapes a black hole.
That's all the confirmation I needed. Thank you.
Here, let me see. Let me check something here.
And that was a vision of the material plane now covered in phlogiston, but with a black hole in the center.
Yeah, but it's like frozen in place. Like you would expect the phlogiston to be like being pulled into this, but it's not. It looks like it's slowly starting to move around it, but not like as fast as you think it would be, because phlogiston is basically like a gas. And you guys are relatively close to it, like you guys would feel, like if you guys were in a ship, you guys would feel the gravity forces coming off of it, but there's not a whole lot.
If I hold my holy symbol, do I feel anything from it when I hold? That makes sense.
No.
Okay. I'm good.
I could try moving closer until we feel it, but then we will have to make our way back.
This is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not looking for how my soul gets sucked out into oblivion just yet.
Alright, so be it. Well, let me go ahead and return you back, and you see, feel that he pulls his hand away, and you guys are back.
Oh, that's a lot to process. I'm sure. still want to go meet up with them elves, or should we head back to the gang and let them know about all this?
Checking out the Wasps? Do you want me to check in with them? The other three?
I mean, we can meet up with them whenever. I just wanted to figure out what you wanted to do. We did come out this way to go talk to some elves, and did get sidetracked, but heck, we got some good information out of it. At least gives us more of a baseline of what the hell we're doing here, rather than just wandering aimlessly the whole damn time.
Yep, I want to talk to the Wasps.
Well, you can usually hear me be called inside Dyycho as the Visionist, because nobody really likes to pronounce my name.
Alrighty, Mr. Visionist.
Thanks for
Got a pizzazz to it.
Well, I thank you. Sorry, I did
wouldn't
not mean
tell
to
you our name,
send my
but
troll
you
on you.
might know them.
I know most of your names, but I would not mind being reacquainted with you in person, since this is the first time that you're meeting me.
Imrion.
Oh, the name's Ranger. Also go by Ironstar.
Well, good to meet you, Ranger and Imrian.
Well,
I hope to meet your other friends soon enough, if you have any more questions. I hope that you hear my argument about joining Sikong against Dyycho. I don't think that he should be this place should be destroyed, but I don't think that Idan is a force for good here in Dyycho. Or at least Dyycho.
well, we'll figure something out, hopefully.
Well, I have nothing else to say, so... If you need me, you know where I am.
He has incense in there, right? You said.
Yeah. It's used to cover up the smell of blood and rust and all that stuff.
Could I borrow some?
You can borrow some.
I'll take like a stick or something.
Okay.
Alrighty, well then let's head out to meet some elves.
Alright, you guys leave the Visionist and you continue out towards the weak ways. You guys are still getting that like scrutiny looking down on you guys. And you guys like watch as one of the trolls, you recognize as Dyycho, look in, start talking, and then look back and says, "Hey, hold up a second."
Oi, what is it?
So I'm under the impression that you guys don't have bodyguards, and I said that it's not a good idea to be around here without any like minders of your own. So I asked Bakaram if I could walk out for you guys while you guys are in the weak ways, and once you guys start coming back this way. After that, I'm gonna be unfortunately have to leave you, but for the moment I can be your minders.
I mean, doesn't seem like a problem to me.
Alright, well, as long as
Can
you
you
all
look out
okay.
for
You know
our-
the place better than we do, so you can probably get us there faster too.
Can you look out for our friends as well?
I don't know who your friends are, but after you guys are done going through the weak ways, I have to return here after returning you back into the Shard Ward. I hope you understand, I am not your property, I am his property, so I must follow his rules.
I'm gonna pull my sleeve up. I'm gonna use my magic item for the first time, my masquerade taboo, and I'm gonna produce 3 silhouettes on my arm of the other 3, because I can move the tattoo in any way I want, and I'll show them to him.
Bloody hell, okay. I'm supposed to care about him too?
Well, if you see them, just keep an eye out for them.
Okay.
They're not here.
They look.
I mean, look, there's
they
three
look
of them,
pretty
only
here
two of
to
us.
me. It doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm gonna protect you, and that's what I said I was gonna do. I just don't like the idea of you being out here without any protection, because a lot of people will try to take advantage of you. So, I'm here to keep an eye on your back.
Most much appreciated.
Well, I'll follow you guys. You guys know where you're going better than me.
You do?
I mean, I think so. You guys are heading into the weak ways. I just don't know if you know exactly where you're going or not.
We don't. We're just kind of walking in a direction until we see what we think
I
is
mean-
the ways.
I mean, that's
There's
good
the
enough for him.
Clocktower, so the other way?
Yeah. You keep we keep going that way, with the same way you guys have been going.
Alrighty.
Right.
We continue
Alright.
going that way.
And you guys continue going this way. And once you guys enter into the weak ways, this looks to be a place where people like manufacture stuff. You see a few orphanages here. It looks a pretty poor area. And well, what do you guys do?
Has it been an
Well,
hour
we're
since
here.
I cast Enhance ability?
Nope. Unfortunately, it has not.
That's fine, as long as they still got it. I guess try and perceive any Imperial elves.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me
For some
perception
elfy
checks.
people.
You're seeing elf kids, and they look like organized. Like they're looking at you, and they look like they hand off something to another kid, and two of them start going together while the other kid like runs off. But you're not seeing any elf, like especially Imperium elves.
I think they're going to find us, watching the kids run off.
All right, are you following the
Well,
kids?
Might as well just keep walking until someone does find us, or we find someone else.
Okay.
What the hell all these children are doing around here with no supervision, but my place to correct them.
Are they kids? Or
Yeah, like kids,
Well-
like children. Now they're like half orcs and trollkin and ogres that look like they're like 6 feet tall at the age of 6. Like all types of like people. It's just there's a lot of rundown buildings here. The buildings that are running look to be like creating things, manufacturing things, and that's where you're starting to see more of the adults, because there's something of value in there. So there's a lot of bodyguards out there, a lot of minders, as Dyycho called them.
Head over to the adults then.
Okay, you guys start heading over to the adults, and we will flip over to what's going on with the other group. Well, during that hour, do you guys talk about anything? Or are you guys just looking for paper?
During that hour, I think we're going to be looking for paper, looking for ink, and looking for cheap booze this time.
Oh, I have like plenty of ink.
Okay.
Alright. Thankfully, finding paper over here, not that hard. Not that hard. You actually enter into a wizard like shop.
Oh.
And
Do
you
I sense another will of the arcane here?
Well, you walk in and you see this like very shy, kind of not even curled over, but he like always has his head down, like his chin down below his shoulders. And he's got like black hair, some black robes. He doesn't look like the dustman that you guys saw walking through the streets. He just looks like a very shy wizard. But on his walls you see pictures of like items and like books behind him, and like suits of armor that are very, very pretty. Looks like they're mostly for show, like ceremonial armors. And he's like, "Well, hello, how you doing? What can I get you here?
I've actually just come in search of paper.
Just, is there a certain type of paper that you want?
No. Yep, go ahead.
There's magic paper, which we have. We have a bit of magic paper, a few reams of magic papers and scrolls. We got some magic inks that we can sell you. We have a few things that we can do for you.
They're looking to copy copious amounts of notes really quickly. Do you have anything that would facilitate in that's more than just regular paper? If
Lots
not, then
of notes. How many notes are you talking? Like a book?
Yes, like maybe several books.
Several
Several
books. You're gonna need a lot of scrolls.
Yes. If there's nothing magical that can do that, like the book of ever-increasing amount of pages, we can just take plain, regular, old journals, blank journals.
A lot
This
of
is true.
paper, a lot of journal. I can always sell you journal. We got a lot of journals. I mean, which one would you prefer? It's like a lot of journals might be cheaper than everlasting paper, but even the everlasting paper won't be magical paper because the thing's already magical. So
What is everlasting paper?
it's basically it's a book that you open and close, and it has. Let me just show you. And you see that he brings out like this, like it looks like a regular sized book, but as you open it up, as you write, it looks like you can like push the paper up, and it creates a, how do I put it? Like a scroll loop on the paper as you push up on it. So you can create more and more paper. And then
That is quite amazing.
as you like flip between the pages, it's just more pages that do the exact same thing.
How much is that?
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's mostly used for people that write things a lot. So
Right.
and you see like he stares
how
off for a
much is
second.
that?
I think it is 300. I think.
Can I insight him? He's not even sure.
Pieces?
Yeah, 300 of the gold deals.
Okay. Well, I'll have
You
to
can
keep
inside
that
him
in
if you
mind.
want.
I want to insight him, but I already know he's not. He doesn't sound too sure on his answer. I'm also like the worst person because I'm bad at emotions, or not.
You can tell that he just doesn't know. He's just making his best guess.
Okay. Oh. Hold on. Let me look at my deception. Yeah, I'm not a liar. Astra's then he's gonna hold his chin and say, No. I think you're doubling the price. I think they're actually like
No.
150.
No. I'm sure of it. Let me check my book. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
All right. You see that he like lifts out this like tome, like this atlas-sized tome, and he's like, "Sorry, this is heavy. I don't like looking through here." because it's.
Don't worry, I
Yeah.
understand. I had to build some muscle for
You see, he
tomes
starts
as well.
flipping through the pages. It says 350. He kind of gives you like a frown face, like, sorry.
No, you're good.
Uh,
Astra then turns to September.
I might be able to knock off like 5 gold, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Do you have an installment plan? I should have asked before I rolled that.
No, like people normally don't like to follow through on their promises around here, so there's no. It's either you have it or you don't.
Understood. Well, in any case, I suppose this is something that we can keep in mind for a future purchase. And do you have just maybe 3 or 4 regular journals?
Yeah, I got. And tosses the huge tome underneath and takes the book, throws it underneath. Let me get these journals. Do you care about the color of these?
No, I don't mind the binding, but whatever it is, black, brown, green, red, blue.
As long as I'm able to write in them.
Exactly.
Do you care about the pages, like the color of the pages?
You would prefer something that's easily written upon, easily legible, with black ink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black pages and black ink does not go well.
So, white pages sound good to every. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, white or off-white.
Okay, I'll yeah. And you see that he starts reaching up, grabbing a bunch of journals of differing, like, page length. So, I got this journal and that journal. They don't cost much, but they're not magical. Like, you can't write, like, spells into these pages because they're not, you know, they're not magical. Like, somebody didn't cut down a tree ant and turn them to paper. Like, they're just paper.
It's fine. But hey, I know we just talked about all that, but would you happen to have any magically reinforced books? If not, I can just buy these, or I could trade you my crossbow with all the bolts.
I don't need a crossbow.
How much money is those 3 journals?
Those 3 8 gold pieces, I think.
8 gold pieces together?
Yeah, but don't get them wet because they're not magical paper, so they don't resist any of that. So
I have a bag of holding. I can make sure that they don't get wet. 8 gold sounds like a fair deal. Do you have any quills to go along with that?
Any cools?
Quills.
We got a few quills.
I mean, I could make my own out of my own feathers, but to be quite honest, it's painful to pull them out.
I have quills and ink pens on me.
Oh, you have.
Well, then I don't need to sell them. Okay, like you guys already have them, so you don't need any more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will be what we'll do.
Well, perfect. I'm. Do you need anything else?
No, I think for right now that is enough.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so, well, it's just 8 gold pieces.
I hand him the 8 gold pieces.
Thank you.
And
thank
then
you
I
so
hand
much.
number 4.
I don't need that much.
Oh no, I hand September 4. 4 gold pieces.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're paying for half. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, is there... I shouldn't be asking this question. Goodbye?
Goodbye.
I might be back.
Okay. When will you be
Don't worry,
back?
I'm also a wizard just like you. You have no reason to fear
I'm not
me.
a wizard.
I look at him like I just look at him.
He like looks at
Okay.
you like I'm not.
Okay. Who knows? I might drop by to get more items later on.
Okay. Okay.
Astra then takes the journals and immediately starts writing down everything he read, so he doesn't forget.
Okay.
Leave those 2 journals free because we're going to copy things into it. Both of us. I'm pretty good at copying. You could say that I can copy things pretty accurately. And we need booze.
You can get burb down the street. There's no burb here. Unless you guys are getting
Burb.
potions.
Burb, I see. That's good to know. Thank you very much. We'll go down the street real fast to get some burb. Something suitably cheap. Thank you
Go
very
get
much.
something cheap and put it in the fancy, expensive bottle.
Well, I could do that. You have to wonder if he has a sense of taste or not.
Probably not.
You're just dumping it on the floor anyways.
Yeah,
Are
I
you-
know.
I shouldn't be asking these questions. I'm sorry. Keep going.
What were you going
go
to
ahead.
ask?
No,
Yeah,
I
go
don't need
ahead.
it. No, I don't need it. I'm
No.
good.
Oh,
You're-
please,
You're
please,
God. You need
please.
these questions.
No, no, this is the guy.
Oh,
No.
I don't mind talking to him more.
No, I shouldn't be asking these questions.
You
I'm-
are so shy. Why don't you just relax?
I'm not
and-
shy. I'm nervous, and I don't need people telling me I'm shy. Okay, I don't need
Well, you're
Septimus
shy.
to come in here and make me lose my job because I happen to sell the wrong product. Okay, I can't be talking to you people about extra stuff because I might get it wrong. So I shouldn't be asking questions, try to sell you more things. Even though that's what I was told to do.
Oh. I was gonna Oh no.
What happens if you do get it wrong?
He turned me into a mosquito once, and I was very hungry, and I almost
God, I
got
hate
squashed
you.
by a sloth that came in here looking for something, and I didn't like that, and I didn't like him. He didn't taste good, and I got changed back long time later. I don't even know. So just don't ask for any more things from me, okay?
We'll be back at some point,
God.
most likely, and we will
Jesus. I don't.
possibly be able to help you. Anyway, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Please get out.
It's clear that we're known.
This place is intense.
I noticed.
He is what's it called?
Not a shred of happiness anywhere.
The person who seems to be his boss, he says in like quotations, seems to be maybe decent to pretty strong caster. We should be we should be careful around here.
Yes, I've gathered we should be careful around here. The large lumbering giants with spikes covered in dead bodies. Just that tipped me off, quite frankly, as to how careful we should be. But yes, let's get some booze. I'm sure our friend would like that, and we need. Oh, we have only. He looks at the clock to see how much time is left before 8.
You guys got about maybe another 20 minutes.
Crap. We've got to go. We've got to hurry up.
Yep.
No chit chat. Just get the booze.
Right? So, you guys just kind of walk into a random bar, right? Or do you guys head all the way back to the Inn's Harm's Way?
No, just a random bar.
Because
Closest
Inn's Harm's
one.
Way is not far away. It's like 300 feet away.
Well, if that's close by, then sure. But...
Yeah, this place isn't like Waterdeep where it's like a district. Or it's pretty close by.
Okay. So I just ask, just 3 bottles, maybe 4 bottles of something that is palatable, but not too expensive.
All right then, and this is Bronson. He's still at the counter. Something not expensive, right? We could just get you an
Yes.
ale. That's easy.
4 bottles of ale, man.
Perfect. So for the bub, you're gonna need me to get 3 silver. Not a whole lot. Not a high price.
You know
We'll toss
what?
those up.
You're a friend, and I really like you to be on our side. I'm going to go ahead and give him a gold.
Well, I appreciate you.
Just
Don't
keep
mind if
steering
I
us
do.
right,
I'm
and I appreciate that.
trying to steer everybody right.
Thank you, sir.
This place is just a little
We will
barmy,
still put
if you
up
know what I
those
mean.
3 silver pieces as well.
Yes, Barney, it's completely Barney.
Well, bag of henna. Holy smokes. Well, I'll take your money. I won't deny it.
All right, well, here you go, and you have a good day.
Well, I appreciate y'all. See you guys later.
See you later. Barney, that must mean crazy, maybe? And Idle Cove idiots or fools? All this language they're throwing us, and bub is quite honestly probably just booze. There is some type of street slang going on here. We should get good on quick, I think.
So you guys get back, and you're kind of just waiting, like with your ale, and with nothing but time. You guys are just waiting for the 9th ring, because you get the 8th ring, and it comes around. 8 rings 8 times, and you guys walk up and make your introductions. They let you through, and then you're back inside the room with Taffy. Wow, look who's back.
Yeah, we didn't take too long, did we? Hey, where was that book? Could you hand that to us right now?
Yes, I can hand it back to you. And chunk, and a plate moves
Can
onto
he?
the side
Can he
above
really
you,
hand it back?
and it falls back down.
That's terrible.
And this was the one that you gave us when you... Yes.
Yes, it is.
And let's see here. What other books might we find interesting?
I have no idea.
How about a book on what those things are? What
Modrons?
what those triangle things outside are, and the things with the eyes. I think they're all like mechanical, but not really.
They're Modrons.
Modrons. Can you get us information on those? And
Oh, I have
and maybe
all the information on Modrons. They're idiots. They like to play by the rules. They want nothing
Right.
but words. They do things in a certain order. If you break that
Books.
order, they will come after you. If you
Books,
attempt to
books,
leave,
books.
they will track you down and put you back in the
Books,
same place.
A book would be
Okay,
suffice.
Can I roll anything in this if I know to see if Astra would know what Modrons are?
You can roll an
Or
Arcana.
like the origins or where they come from?
You can roll an Arcana.
Okay. Because I know, but I need to make sure Astra knows.
Hey, Taffy. You have a
What?
book
24?
on Idan?
Yeah. I don't have a book on Idan, but I have a book on the Spawning Stone and the Shard of Law. Well, Shards of Law now. As for, yeah,
Can
Can I
Modrons, you
get
know what they
both
are.
of those?
Oh,
Yes?
Astra's in a in a journal. Go ahead.
And just
Okay.
like before, a couple books come down talking about the Spawning Stone and the Shard of Law. Or The book is called Shard
they-
of Law, but there are multiples from what you guys know.
Are they in common, or what language are they in? Something I don't read?
Ooh, what language? Let's see. They would be written... Oh my gosh, do they have the language here now? Let me check. I gotta check it. Because this is a language that doesn't come up all that often.
Astra would look up and look to Mr. September. Modrons, I guess you can just say they're servants of law, like the god of law.
Nope.
So that should, like, explain a lot.
They are not in a
No.
language you recognize.
Okay. Well, shit.
Just drop them next to me. I'll read these too.
No. Just copy. I'm just going to copy. That's all I'm going to do.
All right. Well, the Spawning Stone, big old college book textbook, and then Shard of Law, about half the size, but still pretty freaking thick.
Because I am a Kenku, I can copy things down exactly as I see them. So
Well-
I'm going to try to make an exact replica of each page.
All right. It's you're not gonna be able to get all of the books, but the languages that you see, you can tell that their symbols are just changed in directions. What's coming to mind is like the oh my gosh, why can't I remember? He's a serial killer, Zodiac killer. Like his Zodiac page, where it's like a bunch of symbols, but some of them are just turned differently with a dot in the center.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm writing down, and I'm writing it down as quick as possible.
Yeah, very straightforward looking symbols.
Okay. What are you doing, Astra?
I'm copying down the rest of the journal, and Astra told you that Modrons are actually servants of the god of law, so that should, like, explain a lot.
I fought the law in the law one. I fought the law in the... It
You
was
hear
a
Taffy
drinking
say,
song.
"Shut up." I live in one. I don't need to hear about them.
I apologize. Here, let's give you some booze. Go
Why
and
don't you
pour
do
one down as well.
I'll help Mr. September copy if he wants me to help.
Okay. Well, thankfully, in those other two books, since the symbols are so simple, copying down is pretty easy, but it kind of makes your eyes like cross every once in a while because the pages are laid out in a grid.
I see.
And you guys spend the next few hours transcribing notes or transcribing parts of like the books. No idea what they say, but you're like, well, let's hope for the best.
I'll just read them, like, when I wake up earlier, before everyone else.
Yeah, it's good to be a Kenku. You can duplicate anything exactly.
We're in here
hoping
from 4 to 8, right? I mean, 8 to 12, right?
Yeah,
I think
8 to
so,
12. 4 hours. And I'll
Can you-
occasionally stop and throw another bottle of ale down the guy's throat.
Can you upcast comprehend languages? Oh, it's a
No.
ritual.
Yeah, it's a ritual, so you can take 10 minutes and keep doing it over and over and over again, but you're still
Okay.
slow.
Yeah.
But you can do that when we're back at the, and you can learn a lot, and we could always come back and copy more books.
Yeah. I'm
Have
just
our own
gonna,
little library.
I'm just gonna say for let's see, 8, 9, 10, he instacasted comprehend languages, and for 11 and 12, he did the 10-minute ritual.
Yeah.
So that's like missing 20 minutes, but it's whatever.
Yep, no problem.
Was I able to finish the notebook in 5 hours?
The first notebook you were able to finish in like not even that long. Like the first 20 minutes. Like it's not a very long journal.
Oh. Okay, then I would have probably moved on to something else by then.
Yeah. So you got your spawning stone and you got the shard of law that you can start like translating a little bit. Not much for the first hour, but
yeah, I would get started on the shard of law since I know where one of them is at.
Okay, so it is written strangely, like because all the like the grid is not made up a whole lot of words, and the letters themselves don't mean a whole lot. They're very straightforward. The paragraphs you get are like 30 words. So it's like, okay, next book. That's why the fucking book is so big. And as for the Shard of Law, it is a piece of the spawning stone that broke off due to the chaotic forces of Limbo, and over time it created its own island that people could populate. And the Modron that is created out of the created out of the Shard of Law, which comes from the spawning stone, protects the city from the outside, from Limbo, from the Turbulent. And it can be destroyed. That's happened a few times in the past, in which case the whole city gets swallowed up and destroyed. But there is a cycle that goes through where the Slod come in, they attempt to destroy it, but the Shard of Law is powerful enough to inflict law upon them, just like Limbo can afflict chaos upon a Modron. And it changes them, so they're no longer these primordial, like, destructive creatures. They are still that to a degree, but that influence from the Shard of Law gives them a semblance of order, which is what you guys are living in right now, where there's like a fortress, Blacktop, and there's a leader, Dyycho the Anarchist, who presides over the city and maintains it. But from the outside, those same Slod that were attempting to attack Idan, in this case Idan, the Shards of Law, still come in trying to take it over. And it's this consistent war, but being that most of the things that come out of Limbo and into a Shard of Law are Slod, this cycle just repeats itself. So Dyycho took over from another ruler who took over for another ruler, but that's the way that the normal cycle goes. Idan's able to inflict the new leader and all of his followers with a semblance of law that allow them to organize themselves and not be worried, or like give them a worry that death is a thing if they destroy it. So
okay.
However, all the new ones that come in, if they get destroyed, it's whatever. They just return back into Limbo, where they originally came from.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that's what that is what happened to the frog people, right? They were affected by the Lost Stone, and now they're not like the chaotic beings they usually are. Is what that's the conclusion I'm coming to.
Yes. So they are, from what you can tell, they seem to be, at least the Toadman, like the Anarchist Order and all the Toadmen that collect the tithes. Those are the Slod that have been affected by the Shard of Law, who have given them a semblance of order, but it's a very dystopian order, as some of your allies have found out. Getting further and further away from the Shard of Law, things start to become more chaotic, more dystopian, less happy, less orderly.
I see. And that's everything I gather from the journal.
Yep, that's
Or is
what you
there more
got from the
stuff?
shard law.
Yeah,
Like, it just explains the properties of what one does, but there's multiple of them out there. You guys know that already.
Yeah. Okay. And we know they originally come from the spawning stone.
Yes, the spawning stone is this stone that came from the center of Mechanus and was plunged into limbo, trying to tame it. But unfortunately that didn't work out, and it created the Slod. That's why it's called the spawning stone. The Slod go there and are either spawned from the spawning stone, as per its name, or those who are spawned outside of the spawning stone have a need to go to the spawning stone for some ritual.
Okay. And just to make sure I got all the information right, the Lost Stone, the Shard of Law spawns Modrons.
The Shard of Law does not spawn Modrons, but it acts as a bus between Mechanus and Limbo. So things can come through from the Clocktower, like within it, but it can't create Modrons on its own.
Okay, so it acts as their portal. All right. I probably wouldn't notice, but has the counting happened here? Oh no, I don't like that.
I think we have to go through the spawning stone.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the spawns. We're gonna have to get that checked out. But first of all, we're gonna have to find it. And you see how I was just from a spawning like 100 or like 120 or so feet away from the city, and we nearly died. Astra then looks at the textbook on the spawning stone. He's gonna sigh. He's then gonna look at Kree. Kree, you don't have to write any more stuff on the shards of law. We're gonna need as much paper as we can for the huge giant textbook of the spawning stone.
Well, I guess we should do what we can, finish up, and get out of here. And that way you have something to study.
Yeah. So he crosses his arms. So what other information I've currently gathered within the who knows how long it's been, because I can't see outside.
You guys can eventually hear bells going off as the hours go by, right? Allows you to keep track of time.
Within the few hours that have passed, the shards of law, they're split off from the spawning stone. I don't have too much information on spawning stones because he points at giant textbook. I haven't had a chance to really read it. Spawning stones act as the gateway for the Modrons, the gateway for Mechanus, which is the planet of law where the god of law resides. And he also gestures to where the crystal is, like with his head. They also have an ability to impose on those to fall into a more lawful nature. That's why would I know that the toads are really chaotic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why the toads from earlier are really civilized and not battle-hungry warmongers like they usually are. If you get too close to it, you'll start to feel it. I felt it when I was over there earlier. What else is there? What little bit of information I have gathered on the spawning stone is it gets its name because it spawns the toads. I don't know, it acts as some kind of breeding ground or spawner. But if they're not spawning others, other toads will go over there to conduct rituals. I don't know anything about the rituals though. They weren't in the law book. But we already know that there are multiple shards of law. So I guess those can be used as maybe checkpoints or whatever. I would have to probably study, and then maybe he like lightly slumps his shoulders. Maybe attune to the shard of law. I've no idea if I have the ability to do so, or what effects it may have on me if I can.
Well, we have a lot of time to figure this out.
Yeah.
And we just have to
He
do
pushes
it.
up his chest. He looks at Taffy. That was the booze while I was drowning in paper.
Mouth is dry.
You're right. There is one last bottle, isn't there? Here you go. And I start pouring.
So good. So good. You just go. And of course it splashes on the ground.
What race is the leader of Dyycho?
No. That's good. Oh, yeah. You did say that.
Yeah, I did say that.
He's a slot, just like every other that's come before.
Oh.
He's been in power for quite some time, though. There were a few before him. One has an island named after him.
Can you tell us the name of said island, and if it's in limbo or not?
No, it's here. It's in Dyycho. It's called Togan.
Togan. Okay. Togan Island. Okay.
Yeah. I guess they couldn't kill the other one, like Togan himself, so they ended up locking him in a prison, and he's in there somewhere. Hasn't gotten out yet, so I guess they figured that if they destroyed Dyycho, they would get rid of him, but as the cycle goes, never did, so there he is.
So it's more of a seal instead of a place where you'll let that go. Understood.
Yeah, I don't know where they keep him, but I'm sure somebody does somewhere.
Okay.
Either way, he hasn't gotten out, so it's whatever.
Is he just a floating skull? Or is he like a flaming floating skull?
He's literally just a floating black skull.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh. Where were you able to find the medals for the hallway and
I
the
didn't
gestures
find
over
anything.
to the?
How could I don't even have arms. Okay? This all came from Mechanus.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Ugh, Mechanus.
I'm surprised they would use alloys.
Hey, you have seen the load drones, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you know, being lawful, they want things as pure as possible, right?
That's why they have pure, very pure alloys. That honestly, the metal here is like some of the purest and best I've ever seen.
Well, isn't Idan just a big ass mojo?
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He's made out of the same thing that mojo is.
Alright. Is there anything else we need, or did you guys finish copying everything from the huge textbook?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eyes crossed, mind completely about it.
Yeah.
My hand hurts. Ow. Okay.
Yep, just wait till you
Yeah,
find out how
I'm
little
gonna
it
have
gets
to.
you.
I'm gonna have to read all that and then
Well, you can read
finish.
all of that once we find our colleagues. And hopefully they're still alive.
And finish my defender.
All right.
All right. Yep. I guess we're leaving out of the clock tower now at 12 p.m. At 12 a.m.
All right. So you guys start leaving the clock tower. Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
I'm excellent at those, Lyle.
Holy crap!
On the other hand, I'm not so great.
Natural
Oh.
20.
Oh,
I cursed myself.
Okay.
I was being funny.
So,
That's-
Kree, you're kind of looking off in the distance. You're like, okay, we've been gone for a while, and we like, what's going on outside? Like, you could tell that the day from when you guys went in to where you guys are now, the illusion has brightened up, so it makes it look like you're outside instead of like in an early morning setting. But off in the distance, you see like a column of smoke rising from the weak ways. Now, as for the rest of you, except for Astra, you guys see right on the street, as soon as you guys walk out, a handful of Slod, maybe 3, crossing their arms, and as you walk out, they kind of like use their finger to like, hey, come here, to perform that action on you guys.
Okay, we look around. Mr. September looks to both sides and then points to himself. Like, me? Really?
You see the middle one nod. It looks to be a green Slod.
Slowly approaches.
September, where are you? Oh,
I'm doing that.
yeah, follows behind September.
Your friend is awake.
Oh,
We need
I'm
you
so
to come
glad
get him.
Absolutely. Right away.
Good. Follow us.
Hey, do you guys see that? And he'll point out the smoke to the...
It is not our
everyone.
business.
It's not our business, September says as he's looking at it and nods at Kree.
Right. And you guys start walking over towards Blacktop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, over by the weak ways, you guys have been wandering the streets for a little while. And you guys roll me another perception check. Holy crap. Okay, Iron Star's more on top of it now. Well, Iron Star and Imrian, both of you guys roll pretty good. You guys are starting to see a lot of wasp nests around here. And they're becoming like more and more common. And some of them starting to get on you and like walk on you a little bit. Where you guys flick them off. And
I have a wind wall protecting me from the wasps.
yeah, they just fly off. And as you guys move forward, you guys see that there's the largest cluster of them, like, is a building, but it looks like it's got like a swarm at ready, and every building surrounding it. And they're all wasps. And right above this building, it says Raycard's Inn. And you see that there are lights inside. It doesn't look like broken down or anything, but it doesn't look like it's in a good neighborhood.
I thought we were looking for elves, not actual wasps.
It's a better one.
I mean, it doesn't get more literal than this, I guess. Is there any eyes watch?
Yep, tons of wasps.
But no, like, humanoids, no.
Like, some people are like walking by the inn, and some of them are like swatting their necks and swatting their chests, trying to get these wasps off and picking up the pace. But doesn't look like anybody's specifically looking at you.
Well, that's not smart. That's how you get stung.
Yep, just push the push the needle in a little bit deeper, the stinger.
Yeah.
How's, actually, I didn't ask, is this Jacko or Lark?
Oh, Jocko is following up behind you guys. He doesn't seem to mind if he gets stung because it just seals up. But as they get towards his eyes, he's like moving his hands around. Oh, I don't like this stuff in my eyes, man. Whew. Where are we going? Because this is ridiculous.
Alright.
Straight to the nest, and I'll look at, Ironstone, and then look at the inn.
You know, I've never actually seen a wasp. Like, I've seen the bugs before,
there's
but
like
I haven't
hundreds
seen
of
one
them
of
right
these
now.
elves ones.
Well, I guess that's where we're going to meet. Probably up in that building over there.
Is the door too big for Jacko?
No,
Probably.
it's a pretty sizable door.
I guess we not. Unless we can we hear people in it?
Yes, you hear people in there, and then, like, painted on the door, it says elves only. And you see Jacko kind of like drop his shoulders, like, alright, I'll get it. And he kind of parks his butt, like, off to the side of the door. Just yell for me if there's any problems, yeah?
Alrighty.
I can
Feel
reach
bad.
out.
It's not our rule. Alright, we knock.
Alright. Hear him say, come on in if you are so inclined to enter my establishment.
Alright. Opens door, walks in.
Alright, you walk in. Inside looks much better than the outside. It's very, like, bright. They make it look like it's dark outside using the shutters. So, it's very homely in here. You see that there's a handful of elves. There are no drow. Some of them are wood elves, high elves, moon elves, sun elves, elves of all kinds. But the person that, spoke loudly from the bar looks to be a moon elf, so a pale elf, standing about 6'3", 6'4", wearing a very nice sapphire colored dress, and he is a man. And he's like, "What can I help you with?" No, wrong accent. What can I help you with? Wrong accent.
Are you perchance Raycod?
My name is Raycon, yeah. What can I do for
Found the
you?
right place. Well, that is the question.
We
We're just a
recently
couple humble
Found
elves that got
ourselves-
stuck here.
stranded in limbo.
What elves are you talking about? I don't know any elves that might have gotten stuck here.
I mean, you're looking at them.
Oh, new guests on Dyycho.
Sadly.
Well, if I were to know anything about such elves, what should I tell them if I ever walked into my establishment?
Preferably how to get by here, potentially a way to get out of here if there is one.
Nobody leaves Dyycho. Nobody's left Dyycho
Yeah.
ever since Shaik showed up. And that was
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot.
over 3 months ago at this point.
Most of the elves here from the termination.
I don't know. I don't take the time to ask them.
That's fair.
So, would you like
What do you
a
wanna know?
drink or some other type of beverage, maybe?
Or something light.
Something light. We got water.
Works for me.
Well, come over here by the bar and I will serve you some water.
Goes to the bar, gets a water to help with this slightly lingering hangover.
All right. Well, we see that Raycard reaches beneath the counter, grabs some waters. Looks like rainwater. Because there's like stuff that's settled at the bottom of it. So,
Chug it anyways.
if you were looking for elves that might have gotten stranded here, where would you look for them? I've heard of the Wasps, but I don't know where they are.
Inside him?
Go for it.
Yeah. I want to see if he actually knows about
Is that not where we're at?
that. I'm
Considering
gonna
we
guide
know
myself.
what's outside.
50.
We've had an infestation here for, well, as long as I've been here. I don't know anything about it. It's just how it's been. 15. He's hiding something.
Yeah. I mean, do you have much trouble with them here? And I'm going to use my masquerade tattoo, and I'm going to produce the words Elf Eater on my hand and show them to him. Like, I'm not going to say the name of them.
We don't get any of these types here. We make sure that they stay away.
They don't hassle you? Sure they do.
Not ever since the Wasps have taken over the neighborhood around here, which has been for as long as I can remember. As for my previous owner of this establishment, my father, I remember that he said something about them coming up from the basement one time, but that was a long time ago.
You got some boogie monsters down in the basement then?
Yeah, we do, but we haven't had any ever since we sealed it up. We got some help, or at least my father got some help, and it wasn't a problem anymore.
Actually, Ironstar's gonna put his right hand on the table, which is now copper. Actually, while we're here, might as well ask, you know any way to fix this? I'll just flex his copper arm.
No, I am afraid I don't know how to fix you.
Oh damn. Woke up with this thing, it feels kinda weird and honestly getting kinda tired of it.
Well, limbo is as limbo does. I'm afraid I don't have anything that can help you. Ever since the material got destroyed, most of the gods haven't been answering, most of the powers haven't been answering. People don't like it when I call them gods around here, because some people don't believe in that sort of thing.
Is there any astral elves in here?
Alright, you start looking around. You see that there's a lot of goblins. You see that there's a lot of kobolds, which is weird because it said elves only outside.
That is interesting.
And you also see off in the corner, kind of looking towards you, because you guys kind of walked in a little differently than everybody else, is a plasmoid.
Oh, slime!
Yep.
How do we know it's looking at us? Does it have eyes?
Well, it's like raising up its cup towards you guys as it drinks it.
You have quite the, I'm going to say an elvish, mixed clientele, considering your outside side.
Though that was put up by my father. Another one of his tactics to attempt to keep everybody away. Those on the in know, but those on the out don't. And it keeps most of the unscrupulous types outside because most people have some type of protection in this town. And when you disrupt it, people don't make it out normally. and end up on the other side of the turbulent wall, so...
Do you know any of the wasps?
I wish I did. I wish I did. They would be nice to have around here, especially paying.
What's the end game here? I don't know how much more information we're gonna get from this. Kind of seems like we keep running into dead ends.
To be honest, I think they're gonna find us. How much are your rooms here?
Ooh, do we even have rooms here? A few in the basement.
Ooh. I mean, surely those are cheaper because it's sealed up.
Well, they'd sealed up, so it's safe.
How much do we talk?
Oh, it's not much, especially around here. Nobody can afford much. Well, it's 2 silver pieces.
I mean, it could be a cheaper place to stay, and I'll look at iron stuff.
I mean, I got no preference, but you need to ask the others.
How about this? How about I drop it to a silver piece? I could use the money, and you guys did pay for some water, after all.
Do you have other companions? One's an elf, but 2 are not. But that doesn't seem to matter, right?
We might have a few people staying in some of the rooms downstairs. They might have had a late night last night. I don't pretend to know.
We could ask for the others to come here.
And we gotta find them first. They're still at the library.
I can reach out to them. That's fine.
Alright. Do you want to attempt to write home a letter, for lack of a better term?
Yes, I'm going to cast sending, but I have to think about how many words. Right, I'll cast sending to Mr. September.
Okay.
And I'll say, meet us in weak ways. Staying at Raycard's Inn. That's like 10 words. Got info on Annulus? 14. Can't find Wasps yet. And I'll send that to Mr. September.
Alright. What does Mr. September say? Unless he's muted.
He says,
Oh.
They won't be found unless they want to be found, especially if they're the squirrely type. You'd be wise to listen for doublespeak, for things said that are not what they seem. But we'll be there as soon as we're able to be. I suspect that if
you're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, Mr. September can't not take up the whole 25 words. That's just who he is.
They'll be here soon, eventually. He reckons we should keep an ear out for code speech, odd speech. Can I listen in on conversations with my good perception and try and find things alluded to? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Maybe any, like,
whispering,
insight.
especially with you guys in here. Like, they look like they're trying to eavesdrop on you guys. Like, hear what you guys are saying.
I'll pull back my hood as well while I'm in.
Okay.
Shut off my ears. And I'll just try and listen for conversations.
Alright, as you kind of stop talking and, like, start listening a little bit, is Ironstar gonna try to keep up the conversation, or is it just you guys silently enjoying your waters?
Well, I guess we're waiting for the others to get back, so... Take a swig and spin back in the chair and just lean back.
Okay.
And wait. Tapping my foot slightly.
Well, after you guys are done with your waters, I think it would be a good idea to go down to your rooms and see what you think of them. If you don't like them, we can always upscale you a little bit. Costs a little bit more, but...
5 silver for your best room?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I'll just go with that.
Still in the basement, but it's further away from the break.
Yeah, I'll give him the 5 silver.
Okay, he takes it.
Alrighty. Are we heading down or waiting at the bar?
I want to wait like 20 minutes, see if I pick up any conversation. But I think people are wary of us.
Alright. Roll me a perception check. Okay.
24.
Okay. So you're kind of putting your hand down here on like the bar, maybe like trying to like zero in on some of the conversation. And when you're done, you kind of like put your water down onto the counter, because they're not really talking about anything. They're talking about things you've already heard about, like the congregants really being something not good for the city, some of them for, some of them against. It's not really useful. All of them have this strange accent to them, just based off the race. Some of them are a little bit more lispy. Some of them are like talking through their teeth. But as you put your cup down, it sounds like glass hitting stone. But the countertop here is made out of wood.
Can I, with that in mind, feeling the table again, the countertop, does it feel like stone?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Can I try and perceive through the illusion?
Yeah. So, roll me wisdom. I think it is a wisdom save.
Actually, it's usually
And I'm-
intelligence.
Let me check.
It's up to you, because my wisdom
It is intelligence.
a lot better.
But it's not a saving throw, it's an investigation check.
Yeah. I seem to recall that. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Knowing I'm doing this, can I cast a spell? I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, are you gonna try to be quiet about it, or are you just gonna let it off?
I will just let it. No, I'll just do it. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself. I'll choose Intelligence. So I'll give myself advantage.
Okay.
22.
Okay. So, you're kind of like looking, like trying to see through whatever this is, and it is an illusion. And you see that the structure itself is still like lit up and looks homely, but wood just gives a more home-like feel. But as you're looking around, the goblins, the kobolds, the plasmoids, they're all elves. As for the one that's sitting at the bar, like Rykard, the guy that you've been talking to, where is he? Looks a little different. Looks like that. Except less menacing. He's got like a cloak on, and he's like shrunk down, but that is what you are looking at on the other side of the bar.
Do I know what that is?
You can roll an Arcana check.
Which I get advantage on.
Okay.
Right. Wait, what is it? I just don't have the intelligence to back them up.
Yep, no idea. Just looks menacing, but they definitely, as for the elves in the room that you've seen through the illusion of, you can tell that they are wearing Imperium uniforms. Like they have the white, green, and gold uniforms on that symbolize that they are Imperium soldiers.
And a lot of them are astral or no?
Yes, a lot of them are astral. A few of them are like moon and sun and wood elves, but the majority of them are astral elves. Roll me a, because are you trying to keep this like on the down low? Like you're not gonna be like,
No, I won't be shocked.
Alright. So, go. What? Actually, I can find that out. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna expose part of my arm under the bar, and I'm gonna kind of like touch Ironstar on the leg.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move my tattoo. Well, yeah, just look down into my arm because it's here. And I'll put the message there saying illusions. Just where only he can see it in tiny writing.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna close my eyes and continue tapping my foot on the floor. As the illusions
smart.
get through my blind sense. Are they physical illusions or just magic-y mumbo-jumbo?
You could tell that. Let's see. No, it does not get through your blind sight. Now, if you get close to some of them, yeah, but
Yeah, just within 10 feet of me. Alright. He'll lean back after closing his eyes for like 10 seconds and just give a nod. Well, are we gonna keep waiting, or are we gonna go check out our room? Or you wanna go out and let our friend know he can go back to his boss? He's not sitting out there getting stung.
We can leave him out there for a second.
Alright.
right. So what do you guys do?
Check out the room.
All right, so you guys start heading downstairs, and you notice that. How do I put this? These hallways down here are like sizable, right? So they're like 10, 12 foot wide hallways, 10, 15 feet up. So you guys have to go down a stair that's pretty deep. And as soon as you come down off to the right, you see that there is a wall that enters into a cave that has since been collapsed. And off to your left, there look to be rooms going down the side, and your room is all the way at the end.
Ironstar will just keep his eyes somewhat closed during the whole walk, just following behind Imrian.
All right, roll me perception.
Is there any
checks.
more illusions?
Yes, it all looks to be wooden, right? But if you look through the illusion, it's all stone.
So they're just, yeah. So it's not like they're actually hiding much.
Yeah, it looks like they changed the texture to make it look more desirable.
Okay. Damn it.
Okay. So you guys are going down, and you guys... This doesn't really affect you guys all that bad, but the lights go out inside the hallway. And you see from behind you that there are a handful of soldiers coming down and into the hallway behind you. And then in front of you, where you guys' room is, you see a bunch of soldiers coming out in front of you. So you guys are flanked.
Have they dropped the illusion?
They have not dropped the illusion on the terrain, but they dropped the illusion on themselves.
These elven soldiers are like...
They look to be elven Imperium soldiers. They look a little worse for wear, like their outfits are like folded in places, and you can tell that there's like gunk on them, but they are still wearing their uniforms. And right behind them, you see one man walk out. He's got blonde hair, but it's kind of like disheveled, but kept parted as best as it can. And he's walking forward, rapier out, says, "Who are you people?"
Well, that's quite the welcoming party. If you wanted to know our names, you just had to ask.
We can't trust any of you here. You could be part of the Elf Eaters.
I mean, I doubt that.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. If you are, you're surrounded.
Well, I mean, the little I've heard, aren't they a kind of specific type of elf?
They could be doing
They
exactly
don't really
what
like
we're doing.
other elves.
We're just using their tricks
mean,
against them.
It's fair to be cautious. Is this person an astral elf?
Yes, he looks to be an astral elf. So he doesn't have white hair, he does have blonde hair. So maybe not fully astral elf, but enough to make it to where you recognize what he is.
Right.
I was part of the Imperium, a citizen.
Really? And how did you escape the termination?
I don't know, I was asleep. Hey, I ain't lying.
I mean, you're not, but at the same time. Wonderful excuse.
What did it look like? Did we hit like a black hole when that happened?
What'd you get? You
I don't know why you're
guys
looking at me.
got cooked alive, basically, and then uncooked, and then you guys were here.
We escaped the phlogiston burning us. I thought we were burnt, and then we ended up in limbo.
How were you guys with the Imperium?
I mean, I never said
I was a citizen.
Father was, but mom's
Citizen.
just a hometown girl. Little planet off the eastern side of the solar system. I just travel around. Gesturing to the fact
No.
that he is not a full elf.
Yeah.
Does he have a rank, this person we're talking to? Like any displayable?
Yes. He appears to be a captain.
And I assume you're a captain?
I am. My name is Captain Heartmoon.
Heartmoon.
We can't trust you. I hope you understand that. And for now, we're going to keep you inside your rooms.
Do you want us to prove we're astral elves?
I don't want you to prove anything. I want you to go in your rooms and stay there until we can figure out what we want to do. At this point, you guys hear glass breaking upstairs and the definite sound of flames. And with that, you see everybody's kind of looking up and going, they're here. We get in your rooms and stay where you are. We gotta go take care of this. And you see that the small platoon that he took down here with him start heading upstairs. And a few of them start moving past you, but 3 stay down here. Like, come on, we need to get you in your rooms, because you could be anybody.
I mean, I'll at least go to the door to the room and see what it looks like on the inside.
Alright, it looks like a pleasant 2-bed room. Those who could see through the illusion is that it's a cot, it's not a bed. But it's a place to stay.
I'm gonna starry step 5 foot towards them
Alright.
and reappear.
Alright,
But not like in a threatening way, just a step forward.
Alright. So you step forward and poof, and they kind of like open their eyes and they like pull their swords. And they're like, we still can't. And then you hear people screaming upstairs, and these 2 look conflicted.
I mean, we'll wait here,
Well,
but seems like y'all need as
to be
much help as
fair,
you can get upstairs.
we're stuck in a burning building as well, so backstabbing you doesn't necessarily help us, even if you don't trust us.
I mean, to put it bluntly, I can survive burning for a decent while, but I don't know about you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna pull out.
Oh, go for it. Keep going. Keep going.
No, you keep going.
Okay, look, if you're really on our side, just follow us up there, because the smoke's going to come down here one way or another.
Alright.
Ranger, you still got the air bubble, and I'm gonna pull mine out and put it on.
I mean, yeah, I've got a couple actually.
Yeah,
I wasn't
let's
ready
go.
to die under the water. I'll toss one of there. You said there's 3 guys down here. How many do I got?
There were 3 that stayed down here with you guys, and the rest of them looked to be like maybe 20 or 30 of them went upstairs.
Fuck it. At least we can breathe normal air here for a while. I'll pass a breathing bubble to the 3 of them. Put one of my own on.
One over.
Well, then I'll pass 2 and he can pass 1. This will
Alright.
come in handy if the smoke gets too much.
I know what these are. Thank
I was
you.
planning for space, not for planning to be in wherever the hell this place is. So
You and me both. All right, let's go before we get cooked down
go
here.
upstairs.
All right.
Can I? Because the troll's still outside. I'm gonna use my earring of message, and I'm gonna message Jacko and tell him we're getting into a fight.
Okay. It's like, yeah,
Well,
they're
we're
out here. Dark-skinned ones like you. Or actually, he would say, dark-skinned ones like you.
You can't say that. That you can't say that. Wow.
What have I done?
Drow.
All right, and with that, we will end our session for the night.
Right.
All right. Good session, guys.
Yep, a lot of cutting
Yeah.
back
Good
and forth.
idea with the bubbles, though. Because I did have a lot of them hoarded. Just in case. I was like, we might die. We're gonna drown. Well, I had 5 of those, and I think we still have like 13 in the party thing
Yeah,
or
you
something.
guys got a lot.
We got 6 more in the party stash that no one's got.
All right.
We don't have
going,
that,
guys.
sadly.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
John's
see you guys
struggling.
later.
No problem. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Same for everybody that was watching. I'll see
Ye-
you guys in 2 weeks. That is going to be our next session. All right. Bye-bye.